of course, we're grateful to God Almighty for how far He's brought us, that we have life this morning and a chance to be a blessing to our community, most importantly, our dearest country, Ghana. Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM with me, Winston Amoah. How are you doing this morning? Hope you had a great sleep last night. And on your way to work, or maybe at work, or getting ready to leave home, wherever you are this morning, we're glad that you've chosen to spend your breakfast with us. And this morning, our focus will be on the outcome of the emergency cabinet session on the price of fuel. So we're told the ministers of finance and energy have been directed by cabinet to ensure a reduction in fuel prices in the next pricing window through the suspension of some taxes and margins. So these taxes and margins will be announced at the next pricing window. And we're told this is to last for 4 weeks and subject to review based on the situation in the Middle East conflict and movements in crude oil prices. Also, we're told that the Minister for Transport has been directed to ensure expedited deployment of recently acquired 100 Metro Mass transit buses in addition to existing ones on high traffic corridors, and ensure maintenance of lower transport fares on those buses than what private operators charge. But also, we're told that all ministers and senior government appointees to adhere strictly to the President's directive on the cancellation of fuel allocation and allowance. Okay, so we get into the details of this. How is this likely to impact you? Which taxes would you want to see suspended? And as we talk about taxes, this morning we're going to be joined by the Commissioner General of Customs right here. The Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Why did I say Commissioner General of Customs? There's a Commissioner of Customs, but the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority right here on the Super Morning Show. You know, as always, we do the show with you. Get onto X, use the hashtag JoySMS, then on WhatsApp 055-1111-997. And as always, we'll share your thoughts with the rest of the world. It's a Friday, and you know how we do it. We say, thank God it's Friday. Coming up is the news with Mami A.C. Nyamicha Thompson.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM, hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we on Love 99.5 and in all 16 regions of Ghana via various affiliates. Also live on myjoyonline.com, X Spaces, YouTube and Facebook. Coming up, expect a reduction in fuel prices in the coming days as Cabinet orders finance and energy ministers to suspend selected taxes and margins on petroleum products.
The finance and energy ministers should take immediate steps to reduce the price of fuel through the removal of some taxes and margins on fuel.
Also coming up, Parliament's minority welcomes decision but pushes for the removal of the sanitation and 1 cedi levies.
But we have requested for the 1 Ghana cedi to be taken off and the suspension of the sanitation tax.
In business,
oil marketing companies project up to 5% reduction in fuel prices if government goes ahead to suspend at least the 1 cedi Dumso levy.
And also government to deploy permanent security to Volta Lake boarding points as the Savannah Regional Minister blames lax enforcement of safety regulations for the death of 9 people.
To liaise with our sector ministries responsible for that and employ people permanently around those areas and put additional national security apparatus over there.
These and more with me, Mami Esinyamiche Thompson. Stay for details. This morning, expect a reduction in fuel prices after Cabinet instructed the Ministers for Finance and Energy to urgently implement measures aimed at reducing prices, including the suspension of selected taxes and margins effective in the next pricing window. Briefing the media after the emergency Cabinet meeting last night, Government Communications Minister Felix Kwakye revealed that the Minister for Transport had also been directed to accelerate the rollout of newly procured Metro Mass transit buses.
The finance and energy ministers should take immediate steps to reduce the price of fuel through the removal of some taxes and margins on fuel, effective the next pricing window. Second, the transport minister has also been instructed to ensure the expedited deployment of newly acquired Metro Mass buses. Transport Minister has been instructed by Cabinet to ensure expedited deployment of these buses in high traffic corridors.
While the minority in Parliament has welcomed the news, its deputy ranking member on the Energy Committee, Collins Adumako, insists government should suspend the 1 cedi and sanitation levies.
This is going to bring some relief to the consumer. But we have requested for the 1 Ghana cedi to be taken off and the suspension of the sanitation tax. Sanitation tax because Dr. Ofosu, whilst in opposition, had made it clear that was part of the nuisance taxes.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union says it will monitor the outcome of the decision while maintaining its suspension of planned transport fare increment.
That the government should go back and look at the fuel build-ups. If you could reduce some of the taxes levies and reduce the price, we'll be very happy. We brought this suggestion, nobody cares. They've gone round and finally they have come back to what GPRTU we said. So we'll wait and see what comes out of the next window. Then we follow suit. If we have anything to present, why not?
Well, this is how the chairman of the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, Dr. Winston Amoah, reacted to Cabinet's move. He spoke on PM Express Business Edition.
We already see the international benchmark prices coming down. And this is the time that the government started to review prices when we had been asking for it months ago. It's in a good direction. I think we are all excited about it as an industry because it goes a way to let us believe that yes, we are having dialogue with the government that listens and understands the impact of a decision like this. To the ordinary Ghanaian.
Away from that, the Ukrainian government, in partnership with Ghana's Ministry of Food and Agriculture, has inaugurated a food processing and distribution center known as an Agro hub. The facility aims to support smallholder farmers and boost their income while creating jobs and improving productivity across the country. Sandra Akimi reports.
The state-of-art Agro hub is designed to modernize food processing, storage and distribution in Ghana. By combining technology, investment and expertise, the initiative seeks to enhance efficiency across the agricultural value chain and reduce post-harvest losses. The Agro Hub will also provide a ready market for farmers, sourcing produce locally to support commercial processing and national food aid programs. Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture John Dumelu says the project will directly benefit farmers and strengthen Ghana's food systems.
What we realized is that when food is being procured for the food aid program, the money actually doesn't necessarily go to farmers. And so with this strategic partnership, it's going to create a lot of opportunities for farmers in Ghana where when it comes to food aid, food or their foodstuffs will be bought directly from the farmers, and that will create more employment for the farmers. And then, of course, to a large extent, make Ghana very food secure.
Deputy Minister for Economy, Environment and Agriculture of Ukraine, Denis Bashlik, adds that the initiative is not only humanitarian but also designed to help Ghana achieve food sovereignty.
Food from Ukraine is not only humanitarian project. It's a project for the long-lasting cooperation in creating really good agricultural business together with Ghana people, in order to feed Ghana people and also to create possibilities to Ghana people to feed themselves in the nearest future.
The Agro Hub is expected to play a pivotal role in transforming Ghana's agricultural sector, promoting value addition, increasing productivity, and creating sustainable employment opportunities. For Joy News, Sandra Kimi's report, read to you.
Now, Majority Chief Whip Roxy Nelson Dafiamapo has defended Parliament's decision to create the Office of the Special Prosecutor and carve out part of the Attorney General's prosecutorial powers. This comes after the Attorney General in a Supreme Court case argued that Parliament lacked the constitutional authority to establish the OSP and delegate powers that belong exclusively to the AG. The case, filed by private lawyer Noah Ephraim Adamte, is seeking a declaration that the OSP is unconstitutional, but Mr. Dafiamapo insists Parliament acted within its mandate in setting up the office.
So there's nothing irregular about the law enacted by Parliament.
Okay.
So it is the Attorney General's office who should determine the guidelines based upon which the OSP will be seeking authorization to initiate cases that it seeks to prosecute. But to say that Parliament has no authority to establish any other prosecutorial body for purposes of prosecution in pursuance of Article 88, with all due respect, I differ.
Now, government is moving to station permanent security at all Volta Lake boarding points to enforce maritime standards. Savannah Regional Minister Salisu Bey Awiribe, in an interview with Joy News, said after a boat capsized on the lake, killing 9 people, including children. The Ghana Navy says the boat was not licensed to carry passengers. Preliminary investigations show the operator deliberately avoided designated boarding points and security checks and overloaded the boat.
To liaise with our sector ministries responsible for that and employ people permanently around those areas and put additional national security apparatus over there.
Now, the OT Regional Minister John Kwadwo Japong has justified the use of drones in the protracted Nkwanta South conflict as a critical tool for identifying those who are behind the killing in the area. He mentioned that the use of the drone has led to some arrest in connection with the recent disturbances, while calling on the youth in the region to unite for development. That's all we have for you in this morning edition of the news. Up next is Business on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, Joe. bumper now.
Go. Ugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind said, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs start dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here, and a work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say, join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Brush, that's it. That's it.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush your teeth right. Brush your teeth. Brush it from and out. Underneath and in between. Brush your germs away.
Brushing gets more fun with your kids with the new Pepsodent Kids toothpaste. Give your smiles protection that lasts. Grab yours today from a store near you. This advert is FDA approved.
Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our star savers, we became number one. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
When the bills are mega.
When the plans are mega.
When the pressure is mega.
When the need is mega.
Then you need a mega answer. That answer is Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loan. Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loans promo is available to new and existing salaried workers, existing loan subscribers, including top-up customers and pensioners. Get support for personal needs, family priorities, school fees, home improvement, business support, and more. Enjoy big loans, low rates with a quick and straightforward process designed to help you move without delay. Visit any Societe Generale Ghana branch today or call 030-2214-314. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters. Total Energies, Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner, which means we can bring you the Joy Business Report brought to us by Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature. And Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. James.
Winston, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
Oh, as you can see, God is still taking good care of his children. And today is Friday.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy.
You're happy, eh?
I'm happy.
Oh, why are you happy?
At least I'm not working tomorrow.
You're not working this weekend?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So I'm happy.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm always happy when it's Friday. But Charlie, Monday will come very soon. But the good thing about Monday is that it's only 4 days to Friday.
Yeah.
And Charlie, last week was super, eh?
Yeah.
Friday holiday, Monday holiday. Yeah, I'm on for Germany. People have had fun. But hey, that's it. This morning, I want us to do something. First of all, we're going to get into a discussion about the directive to the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Energy to look at the suspension of certain levies and margins on petroleum pricing to cushion Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about that. It's good that we're getting there. At least we're getting somewhere. So the next pricing window, we'll look forward to it patiently.
I mean, a lot of CSOs have been calling for this. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. And it should have been done earlier. Look, Charlie, sometimes this one city levy should not have been slapped on petroleum products in the first place. I didn't think it was necessary. I felt that we should have found a way of doing things. You cannot tell me that, prices are going down at the pumps. Instead of me enjoying, then you slap a tax, Charlie. No.
Well, Winston, in one breath, one may say, well, it has had some bit of impact. Looking at how we are having issues with our energy sector and all of that. But then in other breath, you could probably say, okay, as you rightly said, it is not the best of decision to make, especially looking at an economy where we are always being slapped with a lot of nuisance taxes and all of that. But anyway, let's see.
If we don't punish people for decisions they take, we would always be taxing the ordinary person to cover people's inefficiencies.
Well.
Yeah, so there's we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, we need to do that. The last time I was at the launch of the ECG corporate strategy, I told them that I do not support privatization of ECG. But there are times that ECG themselves will do things that you can't even support them.
I mean, especially their procurement processes and all of that.
I say, look, I don't support privatization. But when you make things difficult for me, and someone is promising that, okay, look, you produce, by the collection of your revenue will be handled by another person. I say, well, give it to the person. At least if that's going to give us a good, service. But also coming up this morning, so we're going to get into that conversation. We'll look at all the levies and margins on petroleum products and which ones could likely be removed and what the impact will be. But this morning also, as we're talking about taxes, it will be important to look at how we're performing tax-wise. And we're joined by the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority.
Okay.
He's our guest here on the Super Morning Show. As always, we do this with you. So get on to X, use the hashtag JoySMS, then on WhatsApp 055-1111-997. Who gets the trumpet?
Winston, let's give it to Gov't. For plans to, suspend the 1 cedi Dumso levy. And the OMCs have been projecting some reduction here and there. That is probably in the next window. So let's just give it to Gov't.
Okay, so to the government and to cabinet, but in particular, for that decision, we say,
trumpet! Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in this morning's bulletin, oil marketing companies project up to 5% reduction in fuel prices if government goes ahead to suspend at least one cedi dumso levy. And labor consultant Senyo Ijaben urges National Pensions Regulatory Authority to strictly enforce its directive on prosecuting employers who fail to remit the mandatory Tier 2 funds. Also in our business or journal today, we put a spotlight on an old artifact that seems to be losing its relevance in modern day Ghanaian culture, the Equiaba, a historic tale of Ghanaian doll believed to make women fertile. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Joy Business Report. My name is James Ishen. Let's settle for the details now. Oil marketing companies are expecting up to 5% reduction in fuel prices from April 16, 2026 if government goes ahead to suspend at least the 1 cedi dumso levy on prices of petroleum products. This is one of the several scenarios that oil marketing firms have projected after Cabinet directed that some taxes and levies on fuel should be suspended for 4 weeks. Dr. Winston Amoah is the Chief Executive of the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies and has been speaking on PM Express Business Edition.
Don't forget that if price keep on going down, the average at which we work with this pricing window might also be affected in a way. So things being equal, ordinarily with the stability of the city, prices should go down between 2 to 5%, depending on how fast this war will reflect into the plat prices and Argos for that matter. Nonetheless, like you said, yes, if the entire energy sector recovery levy is taken out or the debt recovery levy is taken out, then we are going to see more than 1 cedi taken out. But if it's just the 1 cedi, then probably you're going to see a 1 cedi difference in what we see today, plus whatever the average will be accrued for.
Dr. Winston Amoah as the Chief Executive of the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies. Meanwhile, the Executive Director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, Benjamin Insi, has called for a thorough assessment of the 1 cedi dumso levy to determine its impact to help pay the power sector debt.
There could be lack of data at the cabinet level with respect to the debt situation or the debt owed IPPs against the performance of the various levies on the price build-up. So further information would be needed to ensure that appropriate interventions are taken in the downstream. The last scenario could also arise from the fact that maybe government wants to monitor the market in the coming days and ensure that tax cuts are appropriately done to maintain price stability in the petroleum downstream. There could be a situation where taking off maybe 1 Ghana cedi from the build-up could not yield any impact because price on the international market may escalate further.
And that was the Executive Director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, Benjamin Insi, there speaking. Now, away from that, Labour consultant Senyo Ijaben is urging the National Pensions Regulatory Authority to strictly enforce its directive on prosecuting employers who deduct pension contributions from workers' salaries but fail to remit the mandatory Tier 2 funds. This call comes amid concerns over the growing number of employers defaulting on their pensions obligations, affecting employees' retirement security. Mr. Jabin spoke to Joy Business.
I think that no employer has a business in running a business, an organization, if they do not want to comply with the regulations that come with running a business. Once you set a business and you employ people, you need to not only treat them with respect, but ensure that you protect their future. And these are the monies that protect their future. So when you deduct it and you don't pay, you are basically disrespecting the employee and breaching the employee's rights in ways that harm their future. And I'm sorry, I'm passionate about this because I've seen workers go on retirement and from good jobs and become nothing because they don't have pensions to live on, or they now have to start chasing their pensions because the employer did not pay.
And you heard labor consultant Senyor Ejabin. Now, economics professor Peter Kwakye is urging government to prioritize agriculture and manufacturing sectors as key drivers of economic growth, following the World Bank projection that Ghana's economy will expand by 4.8% this year. Speaking to Joy Business, he stressed the need for stronger policy interventions to boost performance across other sectors of the economy.
In as much as we've seen growth in services, most of it's not high value services, and I would have wished that we focus attention on growing agriculture, growing industry or manufacturing as we grow the services sector. I believe if we want to provide more jobs, these are the critical sectors we need to grow in addition to adding value to agriculture. It's very likely we'll have a single digit inflation, but again, you base your forecast on what is happening currently, and then you can then project into the future.
And that was economist Professor Peter Kwakye there speaking. You're still listening to the Joy Business Report. In our journal for today, what may first appear as strange, almost frightening wooden figure is in fact a powerful symbol of fertility, hope, and African identity. The Equiaba doll, deeply rooted in Ghanaian tradition, continues to captivate both belief and business as artisans in Kumasi work to preserve its legacy while calling for greater support and investment in local craftsmanship. In this feature, my colleague Josephine Sego explores the origin and significance of the Equiaba doll.
At a glance, they appear scary with their bulging disc-like head and slender bodies. But a meticulous look reveals a unique miniature representing the very soul of an African heritage. Equiaba, a crafted wooden doll, is traditionally believed to bless infertile women with children even in their despair. The name of the doll is said to have been coined after a barren woman named Equia, who finally conceived and birthed her first child when she received the doll and reposed the belief in it. In the heart of the Prempeh II Jubilee Museum in Kumasi, Emmanuel Jewel Pepramensa is the head of performing missionary arts. He recounts the historic belief in these dolls.
Equia, made several attempts to also get pregnant, to also have her own daughter. So, as a result of that, Equia began to seek for spiritual explanations as to why she is finding it difficult, to take a seed. So, Equia consulted a diviner to ascertain the situation at hand. So, after these incantations and spiritual exercises, the diviner indicated that Equia will go and see a carver and let the carver carve a doll for her. And that doll, Equia, will place the doll at her back and wrap it with cloth, typifying a woman who has given birth and carrying her daughter at her back. Equia obeyed the instructions that this diviner gave her. Soon and soon, Kwakye became pregnant.
Ejedu, a wood crafter at the Cultural Center in Kumasi, shared the current state of their market.
In
this era, the market is bad. People don't even want to learn the craft. They believe it's an idol, but it's not. Equiaba is not an idol.
And Equiaba near day. Islam from Matias say Equiaba and bosom.
Artisans use chisels and other tools to carefully carve their artifact to specific designs and measurements before putting them on display to attract buyers. Once highly sought after, patronage has declined. While interest among Ghanaians remains low, buyers in the diaspora continue to show strong demand. The craftsmen are urging Ghanaians to embrace their cultural heritage and support local artisans who preserve this legacy.
If the government can buy our artifacts and go sell them abroad, it will be helpful because foreigners buy them a lot.
They are also calling for investment to create dedicated spaces for their work.
And that was our business journal for today. Let's do some commodities now. And crude oil open trading at $96 a barrel. Gold is selling at $4,761 an ounce after losing more than $5. Cocoa also dropped by $32 to open trading at $3,240 a ton. To some currency news now, the dollar is going for 11 cedis 15 pesos this morning. That's the rate some of the major banks are offering to their client. The British pound is going for 14 cedis 98 pesos. The euro is trading at 13 cedis 10 pesos. The forex bureaus are selling the dollar at 11 cedis 70 pesos. And that's all for the Joy Business Report with me, James Shen. Winstonia.
Yeah, James, still 11 cedis 15, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some form of stability.
Yeah, it is. Crude oil price 96. Okay. We are still waiting for the 70 region. Where you get into the 70 mark. But anyway, so I was telling you that this morning the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority will be here. We'll be having a conversation about the publican that's going to be at the ports. We'll get into that conversation also here on the Super Morning Show. But our inspirational song for today is one by Efe Grace and on gospel. It's a Ghanaian apostolic praise life. Let's enjoy.
Yesu, me want to me say my fata majen
And that's our inspirational song for this morning here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Later on the show, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority joins us. We're going to be speaking to the Minister of State in charge of Government Communications and Member of Parliament for Abra Asebu Kwaman Kese, Felix Kwakye Ofosu, here on the Super Morning Show. We'll be finding out more from the cabinet meeting on fuel prices. And when the Commissioner General of GRA joins us, we'll be talking about the publican system to be deployed at our ports. We'll be finding out how that system is going to work. And for those of you who say that's a new tax system, we'll get into that here on the Super Morning Show. Time now for our Drive Safe campaign here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, and supported by Toyota Superior Quality and Imperial General Assurance Solid Protection. So you know what to do. Avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible, drive with your lights on at night, and that's how to ensure your safe arrival. And you know it's a Friday, and on every Friday, my tip to you is very simple. We are all happy, like we say, thank God it's Friday. But in case you want to go have fun, okay, please don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. You can actually park your vehicle somewhere, get into a commercial vehicle, go there, go and have fun, and then go home. By doing that, you know that you're going to be safe. Don't be one of those persons who say, oh, me, I drive best when I'm drunk. It's a lie. It's a lie. Don't say, oh, I drive best when I'm drunk. Please, don't do that. Because you're actually going to put others also at risk if you drink and drive. And that's our tip to you this morning. It's very, very important. Okay, time now for us to learn how to say it right. Brought to us by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you. Let me say good morning to you, Kwakye Ashanti.
Good morning, Winston.
How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm looking good. At least today's Friday. This morning, it was such a chore waking up, but at least tomorrow I can sleep till 2 p.m.
You sleep till 2 p.m.
Yes, I mean, what is there to be done on Saturday after all this grueling week?
That's okay.
Just sleep, yeah.
Let's learn how to say it right this morning, okay?
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
And Kweku, today's word is, okay, let me get it for you, dynasty.
Dynasty. Is it
Okay.
dynasty? Dynasty, yeah.
Dynasty. The Americans pronounce it dynasty.
Americans, I don't know what they're saying with the I sound. Iraq.
So, I mean, someone asked me the question, is it dynasty or dynasty? So, if you say dynasty, you're not wrong. It's that's how the Americans pronounce it. But because as a country, we stick to the school grammar, the traditional grammar and everything. It's important we go with the British pronunciation.
Okay.
So dynasty. But if you said dynasty, you wouldn't be wrong. Okay? So dynasty simply means a series of rulers or leaders who are all from the same family, or a period when a country is ruled by them. So you can say the Asante dynasty. And here we are referring to Kweku Asante and his
my people.
Descendants. That's if they get to rule people. Anyway, so that is how you say it right. And now that you know how to say it right, look, I'm telling you that this year, no more waiting. We're no more managing small. Charlie, we go mega. Kwakye Ashanti, say after me, we go mega.
We go mega, big time.
Yes, because, look, Societe Generale Bank Ghana is making life so simple for all of us, right? And after, from Yatiso, Yatisu Bium, Yasana Tisu promos, Societe Generale is here with the Mega Loans promo with even lower and more competitive rates. So with SG Ghana's Mega Loans promo, salaried workers of SG Ghana listed companies pensioners and eligible customers can access support for personal needs, family commitments, home projects, and more. So from now till July 2026, apply and enjoy big loans at small rates. Yes, very low rates and a fast and hassle-free process that helps you to get moving sooner. Visit any SG Ghana branch near you or call 0302-214-314 for more details about the SG Ghana Mega Loans promo today. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
The Kingdom's Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at affordable prices, has introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. This means you can now shop by simply logging on to www.kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of our branches. It is hassle-free. We'll arrange delivery to your homes and offices within a reasonable time. We offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via mobile money across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is our hallmark.
Great, let's get into the papers now.
Yeah.
The newspaper review brought to us by Syntex Tanker, your stronger, your tough, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Happy Smile, Star Oil, quality and affordable fuel for all, and Enterprise Insurance, your advantage.
Let me start with the Daily Guide. It has the picture of Kisia Jibin and Dr. Dominic Ayini, the AG, on the front page. AG OSP clash over power to prosecute. Yesterday is the AG filing in court, which sought to take away the prosecuting powers of the OSP. We'll get into that. Mass dead fish wash ashore at Tema. That's also a very important story. And then 2 killed, vehicle bent in Bosomtri violence. That is all on the front page of the Daily Guide.
The Daily Graphic for this morning says government gives fuel price relief. Measures include public transport fare and tax cuts. Heath Goldfield seals $2.3 billion deal at Bogosu Prestia mine, and Fisheries Ministry sanctions Fujian farms over sanitary breaches. Back page, sachet water manufacturers suspend proposed price increment, and Ghana-Nigeria onion trade dispute nears resolution as stakeholders outline roadmap.
It's interesting because in the headline you did in the Daily Graphic, it says Heath Goldfields have gotten some deal with Trafigura. But if you look at the Ghanaian publisher, it has a picture of Trafigura CEO Richard Hotum, and it says Trafigura debunks Heath Goldfields $2.8 billion deal. Well, that's interesting. We'll get to see the story. And then NPP revises election guidelines. AG challenges OSP powers and questions mount over EMP's Daman takeover.
The News Center says France-Ghana Health Compact to boost investment, policy coordination and resilience. Fintechs collaboration no longer optional. MMFL CFO. E-levy removal drives digital payment, said Shaibu. And Ghana card not enabled for financial transactions, NIA. Ghana loses 34.14 million barrels of oil worth over $1.7 billion. And AG challenges OSP's independent prosecution powers, all on the front page of the News Center.
The Daily Gist also has a story again of Heath Goldfield secures off-take deal with Trafigura. Kisia Jeben fears for OSP survival as showdown looms at the Supreme Court. And then NLA boss in $228,000 rent scandal. That is the Daily Gist. And then Samir Uku pushes for probe into MV Sankofa drug scandal. Yoko declares voter council of state member fugitive. And Mustafa Abdul Hamid goes for MPP National Vice Chairman. I think he is a very, very good material.
The Daybreak newspaper cash for water at Burma camp as soda tankers draw from burst pipe. Okay. Trafigura buys 700,000 ounces of gold from Heath. Pass anti-gay bill, TMMG urges President Mahama. And Mahama orders fuel tax cuts.
The final paper with me, the Inquisitor, alleged procurement breaches, Imani flags Ghana Gas, and then stop press homeowner to sue Beaufort Properties over structural defects at Riviera Apartments. And then NPA Comac launch 2026 Safety Week. And then finally, the passing of Dr. Ofosu father officially announced.
The Ghanaian Point, no jobs will be lost. New opportunities ahead, ENP assures after Daman mine takeover. Samia Okutu questioning GMA in Parliament over vessel linked to alleged drug trafficking. Zoom Lion, Joe Pomona signed strategic deal to transform Zimbabwe's waste management sector. NPP bars and verified online registrants from polling station elections. And Ghana Medical Trust Fund begins GMTF care rollout. at Comfort Anoche Teaching Hospital, which means you can go online now. The online news review is brought to us by Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Managing your church or ministry requires a banking partner that truly understands your mission. Zenith Bank introduces the Zenith Church Premium Account, a tailored financial solution for churches and ministries. Enjoy free Sunday cash pickups, loans at concessionary rates, full cash management services, and expert investment advice for your ministry's growth. Let Zenith Bank handle your church's finances while you focus on transforming lives. Sign up for the Zenith Church Premium Account today. Talk to us on 0542 000 111 or 0302 680 884. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide or sign up. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. MyJoyOnline.com show us the money. Comac CEO demands full disclosure on Dunso levy windfall. That is a very important question. And then right move, wrong timing. Comac CEO questions government delays on fuel prices relief. 9 dead, 2 missing after boat capsized on the Volta Lake. A very tragic story from yesterday. And then Mahama enforces fuel coupon ban for ministers as cabinet moves to slash fuel taxes.
CityNewsroom.com this morning. Comply with Tier 2 pension rules or face prosecution, NPRA warns employers. And we support Publican AI System Importers and Exporters Association. COPEC says fuel tax cuts long overdue. And OSP case, let the real party defend itself. And that's according to Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh.
And he's right. I mean, the Supreme Court ruled that the OSP could not join the suit as a defendant. And that's strange because, especially now that we know that the AG is taking similar position as that of the plaintiff, you need a proper defendant in there to also make a certain case to help the Supreme Court come to a decision. So perhaps the OSP should be filing for a review. Maybe with the filing of this new proposed statement of defense, the court may be looking forward to changing its mind.
Okay. Kwame Gan Atokpele, not above the law. Iyoko tells Volta Regional House of Chiefs. And Mahama orders fuel tax cuts after emergency cabinet meeting. FDA, please probe dead fish at Tema Shipyard. Okay, let's get into the details then.
I think a lot of stories on the fuel relief that we are having from yesterday, but there's this story on page 3 of the Daily Guide that is also making a lot of waves about the AG OSP clash over power to prosecute. It says the public discourse surrounding the relevance and powers of the OSP has taken a different twist, where the AG filing new documents to challenge Parliament's decision to delegate its prosecutorial powers to the OSP, arguing it is unconstitutional. A proposed statement of the AG's case to a writ pending before the Supreme Court is asking the Apex Court to declare Section 4.2 of the OSP Act unconstitutional and consequently struck down. Section 4.2 of the OSP Act mandates the Attorney General to authorize the OSP to initiate the prosecution of the corruption and corruption-related offences. So that full story is on page 3 of the Daily Guide. I think it's a very interesting case. I mean, if you look at Article 88 and what it says about who has the power to actually prosecute, the Constitution says all. And we had Parliament passing a law that sought to compel the AG to give part of that power to the OSP. And I remember at the time when this was being dealt with in Parliament, it was such a big debate then. Dr. Dominic Ayine, to his credit, held the same view his department has taken now in 2017 and 2018 when this bill was in Parliament. So we'll see. However, I'm just not happy, like we've seen on CTN with Professor Kwesi Prempeh talking about that the OSP is not a defendant in this case. So now we have two people that are seemingly on the same side in terms of their case going to the Supreme Court. So they are going to give the Supreme Court a one-side theory. Of course, the court will look at all the laws and every other thing to come to a reasonable conclusion. But if you have the OSP in there, perhaps we'll make a certain case that will help the court come to a conclusion. We can have a lot of amicus briefs. People can file them, and we'll see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. The Daily Graphic talks about government giving fuel price relief. Measures include public transport fare and tax cuts. So it says that the government has announced a number of measures to immediately cushion Ghanaians from the recent spike in fuel prices. The measures include the removal of some taxes and margins on petroleum price build-up, and the deployment of newly acquired buses for the Metro Mass Transit Limited, particularly on high traffic corridors, and the lowering of fares charged by Metro Mass below those of private sector operators. So the Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwakye Ofosu, announced the cabinet decision yesterday evening at the Jubilee House in Accra. And this was after a cabinet meeting chaired by President John Dramani Mahama yesterday.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, some reactions already coming in. MyJournal.com. Right move, wrong timing. Story by Abu Bakar Ibrahim. Chale, Abu is a big man. You know Abu, right? Abu, yeah. MyJournal.com. I know. Big guy. He says the CEO of Comac, Dr. Winston Amoah, has questioned the timing of government decision to ease fuel prices, describing it as necessary but delayed. Government announced plans to remove some taxes and margins on fuel following a cabinet meeting on Thursday. But speaking on PM Express Business Edition with Joy News, George Yafe, Dr. Amoah said the intervention, though welcome, should have come earlier, especially now that the prices is easing. Because when we're feeling the crunch, that's when we expected these measures. But the president gave himself some 2 weeks window, and they seem to be working within that 2 weeks window. But now the price of barrel has fallen below $100. If the ceasefire holds and it's no sabotage, it will come down to pre-war levels.
We're told that this plan will actually be for 4 weeks. The suspension of these taxes and margins will be for 4 weeks. Later on, right after the BBC News, we'll be joined by Felix Kwakye Ofosu to tell us more about that. I mean, it's supposed to be for 4 weeks, and government will be monitoring the situation in the Middle East. So, as and when it becomes necessary to, bring them back, it talks about a suspension. Okay. What that means is that, Charlie, it can always be brought back. Anyway, let's get into other stories.
Yeah, let's talk about this very tragic story of the boat capsizing on the Volta River, and it's reported on myjournal.com. 9 dead, 2 missing after boat capsized on the Volta Lake. At least 9 people have died and 2 others are missing following a boat accident on the Volta Lake in East Gonja district. The incident occurred around 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, April 8, between Sikakope and Mathaiko along the route from Yeji to Congo. The boat carrying 14 passengers reportedly capsized due to bad weather conditions. Of the 14 people on board, 7 have died, 2 women and 5 children. Tragically so, while 5 males were rescued. I mean, you look at the situation on the Volta Lake transport. I mean, it's almost like we don't care about the people who live there, because there are so many people whose sole means of transportation around those water bodies is water transport.
Exactly.
Bad weather happens, it's fine, but we can do something for safety. Life jackets, these people don't have it. We will go there tomorrow and go and pay their funeral cost and wait for another 30, 40 to die in the next 4 months.
There's this story that I saw, I think, about Ghana Institution of Engineers petitions Auditor General over 110 billion big push road projects.
Okay.
So they cite mounting concerns over procurement practices and project delivery. We'll get into that later. But time now for the BBC News, and it's brought to us by Fidelity Bank, Believe With Us, and Glyco, we cushion you for life.
30 minutes.
We meet the billion-dollar business that started life as a university project between 3 friends who went on to be its founders. We'll hear why Munich's Celonis raised capital like a Silicon Valley startup without ever having to go to Silicon Valley.
Next, the interview. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up from the BBC World Service, the interview. Conversations with the people shaping our world, with me, BBC presenter Amal Rajan. For this episode, I speak to Sibukai Chigudu, a member of the first generation born after the end of colonial rule in Zimbabwe. Now Associate Professor of African Politics at the University of Oxford, Sibukai came to the UK as a teenager and later became one of the founding members of a campaign to try to get the statue of imperialist Cecil Rhodes moved from Oriel College in Oxford. We discussed the legacy of that campaign and how we reckon with our past.
Historic wrongs, just as a form of moral injury, warrant our attention and warrant our sense of how do we heal from harm. But the other is also about how historic wrongs live on today.
Sibukai Chigudu. Hear more on the interview after the news.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. President Trump has accused Iran of failing to allow oil shipments to pass through the Strait of Hormuz as a fragile ceasefire continues ahead of planned peace talks in Islamabad this weekend. Daniel Desimone is in Jerusalem.
Mr. Trump, in late-night social media posts, said Iran was failing to keep to the ceasefire agreement by doing a very poor job of letting oil through the Strait of Hormuz. Some would say Iran was being dishonourable, he added, and warned Iran against charging ships transit fees. In a statement read on Iranian state TV, the country's supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, was quoted saying he reserved the right to retribution for US-Israeli attacks on his country and its allies, implying Hezbollah in Lebanon, which Israel and the US claims isn't covered by the ceasefire. And there were also tensions between Pakistan and Israel after Pakistan's defense minister posted online saying Israel is a curse on humanity.
The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said there is no ceasefire in Lebanon, despite agreeing to talks with the Lebanese government on ending the war with Hezbollah. It's been asking for an end to Israel's devastating strikes as a precursor for the negotiations. Lina Sinjab is in Beirut.
Airstrikes continued in the south overnight, and Hezbollah also fired rockets into northern Israel. Here in Beirut, the drone was flying over the city up until after midnight. That's after Israel gave orders of evacuation for big swathe of southern Beirut. Thousands were stranded in the streets, fleeing their homes, waiting for an imminent strike that actually did not happen here in the south of Beirut.
In other news, the US First Lady Melania Trump has denied having a relationship with the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in a surprise public address from the White House. In comments which have again propelled Epstein into the headlines, Mrs. Trump said she wasn't one of his victims and defamatory lies were being spread online. Simi Jaloasho reports from Washington.
She described the allegations as mean-spirited attempts to defame her, urged the public to be cautious about what they believe, and said she had never set foot on his private island or his plane. The question, why Melania Trump chose to make the statement in public now, remains a mystery. Mrs. Trump also called for survivors of Jeffrey Epstein to be given the opportunity to testify under oath before Congress. In a statement, one group of survivors described that suggestion as a deflection of responsibility and said it was up to those in power to act, not victims. Some members of Congress said it was her husband's cabinet in particular who needed to do better by survivors and called for more Epstein-related prosecutions.
World News from the BBC. Asia-Pacific countries reliant on Middle East fuel supplies are taking more measures to offset shortages. Japan has announced it will release a further 20 days' worth of oil from its substantial reserves. Australia's Prime Minister is visiting Singapore to shore up fuel imports, with some pumps already running dry. The city-state provides more than a quarter of Australia's fuel, which in turn sends back substantial gas supplies. President Xi Jinping has met Taiwan's opposition leader Cheng Li-wen in Beijing, telling her he was full of confidence that Chinese and Taiwanese people would be united. Laura Bicker reports from Beijing.
President Xi told Cheng Li-wen that people on both sides of the Taiwan Strait were Chinese and that the vast territory of the motherland cannot be divided or fragmented. Taiwan's ruling party, the DPP, has criticised Ms. Cheng for being subservient to Beijing and claimed her trip was being completely controlled by the Communist Party. China's air and maritime forces regularly conduct military exercises around Taiwan to exert pressure on the democratically elected government, which describes the sorties as harassment and preparation for a possible invasion.
It's emerged White House staff were warned last month not to use insider information to place bets on prediction markets. An email was sent to staff a day after President Trump announced a 5-day pause on his threat to attack Iranian energy infrastructure. It referred to press reports raising concerns about officials using non-public information for financial gain. A Swedish man's going on trial in northern Sweden accused of exploiting his vulnerable wife into having sex with dozens of men for payment. Around 120 men are implicated in the case, with Swedish media reporting that 26 have already been charged. The 62-year-old was arrested after his wife alerted police. BBC News.
Challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life.
Hey.
I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle. And the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I dey your side, Fidelity.
Pay small, drive covered.
Charlie, my guy. Hey, driving these days be sweet, oh. No pressure, everything's smooth.
Ah, look at you smiling early morning. What's making life so easy like that?
Simple. I'm using Pay As You Earn motor insurance from Coronation.
Pay as you earn?
Yes, same trusted cover, but I pay monthly or quarterly. Just the way I prefer. It's about flexibility.
So I don't have to pay everything at once.
Only if you want to. And with every policy, 50% goes to support the National Road Safety Authority, helping to promote and improve safety on our roads. Visit ecoronation.com, select Pay As You Earn motor insurance, and fill out all required details. Pay with mobile money. Policy comes straight to your phone.
Pay small, drive covered.
Pay As You Earn motor insurance, a flexible option from Coronation.
Pay small, drive covered.
You can't deny it when you taste it. The rich creamy goodness of Gov't coffee. One sip and you feel it. It's Gov't coffee. Taste it and you love it. It's a special feeling. One sip and you feel it. It's Gov't coffee.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy cowbell coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Omni Basic Bank is for all. We've got what you need for your business and family. Whatever you need, you can count and call on us. Omni Basic Bank. Omni Basic Bank is for all. We are not just another bank. Whatever you need, you can count and call on us. Omni Basic Bank. Not just another bank.
Syntax Tango. Syntax, hey, tough, hey, strong. If you want quality, this be where you belong. Syntax, hey, tough, hey, strong. Oh, gonna shout, sing the song. When the sun they hot, Syntax no break. When the rain they fall, still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. Any project you they start. Syntax
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Hello, my fellow Ghanaians. Presenting to you the authentic firefighter, San Cablo Cables. These days, we hear less of fire outbreaks because San Cablo Cables, they guard for every Ghanaian. From the building contractor to the electrical engineer, San Cablo electrical cables are their best choice. Proudly made in Ghana, San Cablo deals in electrical cables, PVC pipes, sockets, and switches of all kinds with 99.99 pure copper. My fellow Ghanaians, if light won't travel, now San Cablo be the motto. San Cablo cables are carefully built in different shades of colors to suit the needs of Ghanaians and our weather condition. Always remember to use San Cablo quality electrical cables and accessories for your wiring. For bulk purchase of your PVC pipes, socket, switches, electrical cables, please contact 0530-774-774. San Cablo from Side Go House. Now we be the plug. Approved by the Ghana Standard Authorities.
For years, you made Sultana more than just a brand. It has become a part of your home. From your kitchens to your celebrations, now it's time to give back to you. Sultana's Buy and Win promo is here. You can win cars, motorbikes, trucks, Sultana products, and many more. All you have to do is to buy a bag of Sultana rice, scratch your coupon, and you could win really big. Sultana rice, your household favorite. Win the big one.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform. This advert is FDA approved.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME Business Card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
It's Friday!
Celebrate several weeks, make a chance when we took a holiday with all our friends. It was a time to relax and let you wear it behind. Exactly 7 weeks, but something crossed my mind. It was the sign of the time we never forget. One morning, our parents kicked us out of a bed. We told them it was stupid, don't play the fool. But the answer was shut, you got to go to school.
G's running up and down, and everybody know. Rapping, rocking, popping in the street kid show. Mike the G rock the house, and you know what I'm saying. Now when he's on a mic, there will be no delay, so you better run to see him in your neighborhood. He's rapping, rocking all the way to Hollywood. Hey, check it out, these are the words we say. Yo, scream with us, we need a holiday. We gonna ring a rang a dong for the holiday.
Put your arms in the air, let me hear you say.
We gonna ring a rang a dong for a holiday.
Put your arms in the air, let me hear you say.
We gonna ring a rang a dong for a holiday.
Mike and D and Sven, we're here to stay.
We gonna ring a rang a dong for a holiday.
Hey, check out the new style we just played.
We are going on a summer holiday. If you want to go, you'll spend. We go into London and New York City, and we take a little piece of Amsterdam, right? We are going on a summer holiday. If you want to go, you'll spend. We go into London and New York City, and we take a little piece of Amsterdam, right?
I want a holiday, I've screamed a lot. The only thing is cool, the only thing I've got. That's where Sparrows told me I better go. That's when hanging on the street, in the street get show. Ain't about rocks, what happened to you? I told them it's my life, and I know what I'm doing. I started at school, I thought I'd never stay. Give me 7 weeks again, I need my holiday.
Well, this is my partner with the #1 jam. Famous in the boogie Bronx and Amsterdam. He's the fastest rapper, yo, the name is Micah G. His rap is stronger than the sucker MC. Well, let me show you what my man can do. Rapping, rocking, popping, and the boogaloo too. But anyway, no more delay. Just listen to the beatbox he will play.
the mic a G, so I use my voice. As soon as the car is the big Rolls Royce. That's right, my name is Mike G. I use the holiday with the F-I-C. On the street was a party bigger than Hollywood. I grew up in this world, started in the neighborhood.
We're gonna ring rang a dong for a holiday.
Put your arms in the air, let me hear you say.
We're gonna ring rang a dong for a holiday.
I put your arms in the air, let me hear you say.
We're gonna ring rang a dong for a holiday.
Mike D and Sweat, we're here to stay.
We're gonna ring rang a dong for a holiday.
Hey, check out the new style we just played.
We are going on a summer holiday. If you want to go, you'll swim. We go into London and New York City, and we take a little piece of Amsterdam. Right? We are going on a summer holiday. If you want to go, you'll swim. We go into London and New York City, and we take a little piece of Amsterdam.
What do I do if I wanna get through to you? No matter how I try, you always keep me waiting. What do I do if I wanna get through to you? No matter how I try, you always keep me waiting. Remember me, I'm the one you danced with. Remember how we danced so tight I could not
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7
I've got to be with you. Won't you let me know? I never told you that I love you, 'cause I could never take for granted you would feel the same. Now I can't take the waiting any longer. I just got to let you know. Won't you keep me waiting? Won't you yes, I've got to let you know. Won't you let me know? So tell me, what do I do if I want to get through to you? No matter how I try, you always keep me waiting. What do I do if I want to get through to you? No matter how I try, you always keep me waiting.
Coffee in your cup. Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet. On Joy 99.7 FM.
Just like sweet wine, baby, your love's intoxicating. Why'd I have to taste it? 'Cause it's much too good to waste it. So baby, let me love you. I just know what above. 'Cause I'm hooked, baby, on your love. Just because I just had to wet my lips up. When I kissed your lips, girl, I couldn't get it. I had to wet my lips up. Just a little bit, baby, was much too much. My lips up. First I was only playing.
Right, so welcome back. Thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Actually, some great tunes for a Friday morning. But we started the show by telling you about the outcome of the cabinet meeting on fuel prices. We've been joined by Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwakye, also Member of Parliament for Abra Asebu Kwakye. Felix, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Winston.
Great. So let's get to it now. I mean, I've seen the statement on your Facebook page. You've briefed the media. You've talked about the plans, and the directives from that cabinet meeting. Let's start, first of all, with a directive that says the Minister of Energy and Minister of Finance should ensure reduction in price of fuel in the next pricing window through the suspension of some taxes and margins. And we're told these taxes and margins should be announced at the next pricing window. You say it should last for 4 weeks and subject to review. So if I get you clearly, these margins and taxes which may be suspended or announced after 1 month based on how things go, would be brought back?
Exactly. What it is that, to begin with, the margins and taxes affected are there for a reason. They've not been imposed on fuel prices arbitrarily. They've been imposed for specific reasons. And it has become necessary to review them because of the present situation of escalating fuel prices, which has a potential to affect the cost of living and create hardships for the people of Ghana. So as a government that is concerned about the welfare of the people of Ghana, we thought it necessary to suspend these margins and taxes.
Okay.
With a view to reviewing them at a point when things have stabilized, things have normalized. Indeed, indications are that the heat of the conflict is cooling down a bit, and therefore we may return to normalcy, even if not even if not immediately. At some point, we may return to normalcy. So when we return to normalcy, this would be reviewed in order to ensure that the objective for which the margins and taxes were imposed in the first place are not undermined. So this is a temporary measure aimed at cushioning Ghanaians in this very extraordinary times. Because in normal times, everybody attests that because of the way that we have managed the economy, the significant appreciation of the city, which is a key factor in pricing, and the generally improved economic climate, fuel prices have come down. Indeed, between the time that we took over power and now, fuel prices had come down by about 11 or 12 occasions, if I'm not mistaken. And this has led to significant reductions and savings for the people of Ghana. Indeed, at some point, there were price wars between oil and Star Oil. They were jostling over who could price fuel lower, and it went below the 10 CD per liter mark. So everybody attests that if times were normal, we won't have this kind of problem at all, because the exchange rate has been fixed and other economic parameters have been fixed. But these are not normal times due to geopolitical tensions, which are not the doing of the government of Ghana and which have absolutely nothing to do with our economic management. We have had to have this unfortunate difficulty, and that is why it is necessary to intervene at this stage, to ensure that Ghanaians do not fall on hard times. Yeah.
Now let's look at something, and I'm sure at cabinet meeting, I read that, you see, the Minister of Finance and Energy have been directed to look at this. But I'm sure, some of these margins and levies probably may have been discussed before they were directed to look at them. What are the taxes or margins that are likely to be suspended?
Well, let me, as I indicated at the briefing yesterday, we know exactly the margins we are talking about. Except that, Winston, you would appreciate that the petroleum subsector is a multi-stakeholder sector. And therefore, the suspension of these margins and taxes has implications for some stakeholders. So it is only fair and respectful to engage those stakeholders and achieve common ground before it is announced, so that they are not taken by surprise and it does not disrupt their planning and activities. That is the only reason why I did not put them out yesterday. But by the time that the next pricing window comes, all these consultations and engagements would have happened, and therefore it will pave the way for the specific taxes and margins to be announced. But we are absolutely definite about what they are.
Oh, okay. And so their duty then would be to go and engage the stakeholders and announce it?
Exactly. The energy and finance, they have some work. They indicate that within a day or two, they should be able to do that work of stakeholder engagement and consultations. And then, as the price window approaches, we will be able to put it out. That is necessary so that it does not disrupt the plans of the stakeholders who may be affected by this. That is the only reason why we've not put it out. Yeah.
Who are these stakeholders? But because for many of us, our concern is that, what are some of these margins? Does it include the 1 CD that was imposed last year?
We have said margins and taxes. It is not just one line that will be affected. There are quite a number of them. But as I said at the very beginning of this interview, the margins and taxes were put there for a reason, and they go into different things. Now, those stakeholders who play within the areas that these margins and taxes go need prior notice and information so that they can adjust their systems, so that it does not disrupt their operations. That is why we have not put it out. But in the next few days, the next pricing window is about 6 days away, if my math is correct.
Yeah.
And therefore, it will become very clear to everybody. By which time, we would have engaged everybody who needs to be engaged. Yeah. But it is not just one tax or margin that is going to be affected. There are quite a number of them. And the idea is to ensure that we spread the fact that it does not cause too much disruption for the stakeholders involved here.
Okay. Interesting. Who are these stakeholders we're looking at?
Well, that would actually give away the budgets and taxes, wouldn't it? But I'm sure in the next few days, things should become clearer.
Now, talking about the transport minister's bit, the directive to ensure the deployment of these 100 buses that have been brought in, and also Metro Mass Transit to ensure. Now, there are those who say the challenges that we are faced with, 100 buses wouldn't do much on Kwakye Ofosu. So why don't we do more than just 100 buses?
Well, in the next few months, we expect up to 300 buses, which clearly should be significant. But you have to start from somewhere, Winston. As of now, we have these 100 buses. They are adding onto an existing fleet. Recall that at the height of the Christmas festivities, when transportation became a problem because of the sheer number of passengers that had besieged the center of town, STC loaned some 40 buses to the ministry, and then Metro Mass itself put some buses out. They also have some buses that had broken down but were repairable, so they quickly fixed those. So all these are available, and they will add on to the 100 buses. By August, we expect another batch of 100 buses, and then in November, we expect another 100. But the plan is to get as many buses as possible for Metro Mass Transit and STC, so that they can ease the shortages that resulted in some difficulty for the traveling public.
How about a plan to reduce traffic? Because that's the conversation. If I know that, if I get to my junction, I'm going to get to work very early, why not? I probably would join a public, vehicle. So what's the plan on that?
Well, of course, so these buses will be managed in order that they don't create congestion. So in the fullness of time, the Metro Mass Transit will announce the schedules and ensure that it is orderly. Another point too is the fare, because we know that some private road transport operators engage in rent seeking. Sometimes there's artificial shortage that they create in order to hike prices. So the idea is to ensure that the motoring public the traveling public has alternatives in the shape of public transport whose fares are lower than what private operators will charge. And as you heard clearly in my briefing yesterday, and as is clearly stated in the statement I posted on my social media handles, the transport minister has been charged with ensuring that the fares that these public transport alternatives charge are lower than what the private operators are. The idea is to further cushion Ghanaians in addition to a reduction in fuel prices.
But I mean, we toyed with the idea of a rapid bus transit years ago, and JM1. What's happened to that?
Oh yeah, it is still something that is very much on the cards, and plans are underway to revive it. But as we speak, there is a problem that needs to be addressed, and this is one of the ways that we intend to address it. Doesn't mean that all other options, even including light rail and other transportation options, are off the table. They are not. But when you have a crisis, you resolve it before thinking about medium to long-term solutions.
Let's look at the third one. The fact that the president, as cabinet, as part of that, you say all ministers and senior government appointees to adhere strictly to the president's directive on cancellation of fuel allocations and allowance. Is it the case that today, if ministers and senior government appointees are not giving any fuel coupons?
As far as we know, that is the case. In July 2025, this directive came out. Before then, I used to get fuel allocation every week. In fact, it was part of my conditions of service, as stated in my appointment letter. But since the president cancelled it, I've had to make my own fuel arrangements. So I buy my own fuel, and that is the same for all my colleagues. So this was a reminder to all concerned that that ban is still very much in force. And especially in these times when fuel prices have gone up, it is important that it is adhered to strictly without any exception. So that was the essence of that reminder yesterday.
Now, just by way of clarification, just by way of getting information, at the time before the cancellation of this, how many gallons of fuel were you entitled to?
Well, I'm not readily able to correct, but to recollect. But I was asked to reserve my car for fuel. Sometimes they give me half tank or something like that for a week. So that is about how much I was getting. But since then, it's been scrapped. So I make my own arrangements.
And so this particular directive, how much is it saving for the state, if you know?
Well, I would have to do the math. I do not have it off the top of my head. But it has to be substantial. Especially, as I'm sure you are a vehicle user yourself, so you know how much it costs to fill a vehicle, don't you? So if you multiply that by the number of ministers and government appointees, you find that it is a substantial amount, especially if you take it as a yearly expenditure. It is a significant amount. Yes.
Felix,
but that was actually why the president had it cancelled. Yes.
Well, Felix, quick question here. I want to ask, some of the taxes and margins were imposed by an act of parliament. And in particular, there are those who suggest strongly that if you intend to remove them or even suspend them, you would have to go back to parliament to do so. Is that in that consideration? Because I recall when even the road tolls were suspended by the then government or even cancelled, your party did make a big case out of that and said that it had to come to parliament. The Speaker of Parliament demanded that on the floor. If you're going to suspend taxes and margins, do you have anything in contemplation that perhaps you'd have to go to parliament to get the resolution of parliament to that effect?
Well, if we get the advice that has to be done, it will be done. In other words, anything that has to be done to ensure that we give effect to the announcement that I made yesterday will be done.
All right, Felix Kwakye Ofosu, thank you very, very much for joining us this morning. We're grateful.
Pleasure, I saw my listening.
And that's Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwakye Ofosu, joining us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. But you can also join us now and tell us what your own thoughts are. Okay, he's been explaining the fact that the levies and margins, more than one, will be suspended. And the Minister of Finance and Energy have been directed to engage. And once they engage, and all the stakeholders, relevant stakeholders, is not going to share that with us for now. Once they engage, they will come back and tell us, make an announcement on the margins that have been suspended.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see, because if you look at the fuel price build-up and particularly within the current range that we have, the taxes and margins contribute to about 33.59% on petrol alone, then 26.9% on diesel, and then 14.21% on LPG. You look at them: energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy, road fund levy, energy fund levy, primary distribution margin, bus margin, fuel marking margin, special petroleum tax, UPPF, distribution promotion margin, and then you even have the 1 cedi levy. So it will be very interesting to get to know by next week what exactly is being taken off and what it will actually lead to at the pump. Because at 13.3, the last time I went to the fuel vendor and I said, normally I go, especially when it went to 10 and 9, I'll be sitting at the front, Charlie, fill the tank. When it does pay, you can stop. And I was looking at the thing, it wasn't doing pay, I was going to silence. I said, please, stop. So I bet we need a reprieve.
Now when you go, you don't do fill it again.
No, I was looking at it, I said, no, this one I beg you, stop.
See, let me give you the formula. So now when you go, you don't do fill it.
No.
We say, Charlie, give me this amount. You do the calculation and realize that, Charlie, this one, it probably may last like 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So let me, because Charlie, sometimes you cannot be doing fill the tank.
You do the fill the tank, you see the way it will.
But also what you can then do is that, do it this way. You go and say, you give me 400.
Yeah.
After buying 400, and the following day you go and say, you add 200.
Yeah.
Then you realize that the thing is around 3/4. So you now go and
No,
say,
but
"Fill it for me."
Sabi, you are talking about your Land Cruiser and your V8, so that's why
Amen,
you're talking.
amen.
600 is doing half cut. I mean, if I do 600, it will be just almost full.
Amen. Amen to the Land
I
Cruiser.
mean, if oh please, at the time we were doing 9.9 or even 10.5, 450, 500 could fill. It's Honda Civic. It's a 47-liter vehicle.
Mine
You
is
could fill it.
60-liter.
Wow, well. That's the which one of your cars is that? Is it the Land Cruiser or the this one?
Okay, let me tell you about Millennium Insurance, because look, with Millennium Insurance you don't have to worry whether it's motor, properties, marine, travel insurance. They've got you covered. Millennium Insurance is fast, reliable. So when life throws you surprises, Millennium Insurance makes sure you're ready. Call Millennium Insurance today on 0501-418-2228 and insure the unexpected before the unexpected insures you. Millennium Insurance Company, your trustworthy partner.
Are you an electrician, estate developer, contractor, or a dealer in electrical cables and accessories looking for premium quality materials for your homes and projects, whether residential, commercial, or for industrial use? Then San Cablo got you. When it comes to strong, durable, and fire-resistant electrical cables and accessories, trust San Cablo, proudly made in Ghana with 99.99% pure copper and certified and approved by the Ghana Standards Authority and Energy Commission. From house wiring to big projects, we get all sizes and colors ready, from 1.5 millimeter square to 25 millimeter square cables, flexible cables, switches, sockets, multi-lamp holders, and many more. No dolly, no shortcuts, just pure quality you can rely on. Everything is complete. Ask for San Cablo cables and accessories at all leading electrical shops nationwide. For bulk purchases, call 024-337-4034 or 024-467-8015. San Cablo, lighting Africa. San Cablo from Side Go House. Now we be the plug.
So do you have plans for the month? Of course we all do. But do these plans include a relaxing staycation, Kwakye, a romantic dinner, or ticking of experiences from your bucket list? Well, Bank of Africa Visa credit card is your perfect payment option for shopping, reservations, getaways. The Bank of Africa Visa credit card offers convenience, flexible payment, and enhanced security. With direct debit, should you forget to repay, choose affordability, choose comfort. Sign up for a Visa credit card with Bank of Africa today. For further information, call BOA on 0302-429-333 or chat Fafat boaghana.com for inquiries. T's and C's apply. Bank of Africa, strong as a group, as close as a partner.
After dirty December comes dry January, follows with February, March, and even April. But don't let your engine suffer because of a tight budget. At Total Energies, we did for you. That is why we have significantly reduced our lubricant prices. For instance, your favorite 4-liter quartz 9000 SAE 5W40, which was 118 cedis, is now 107.5 cedis. Your 5-liter Quartz 9000 Future 0W20, which was 148 cedis, is now 134 cedis. And your 4-liter Rubia Fleet HT 415W40, which was 80 cedis, is now 72.5 cedis. Top quality meets great savings. You won't get these prices anywhere. Rush to any Total Energy station nationwide and enjoy premium quality engine oils, transmission fluids, and coolant at significantly lower prices. Remember, the balance you save off can buy Davis Gov't for the rest of the year. Choose Total Energies, choose quality.
Gov't. Hey. But you know, your salary, Kwakye, deserves better. So switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits, okay? Lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, call them on 0800 003355 or visit fidelitybank.com.gh or connect with them on social media at Fidelity Bank GH. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Let's talk water tanks now. Do you know the secret to real water storage? It is simple. If your tank doesn't have the tortoise on it, then it's not the correct tank. That is right. The tortoise tank, Syntex tank, is the champion of water tanks. It is strong and durable and built to handle our Ghanaian weather. Rain or shine, Syntex tank has your back. So my people, go outside, check your tank, and if it doesn't have a tortoise on it, it is time to upgrade. Join the Syntex tank family today and enjoy water storage that's tough like a tortoise. Call 0244-335-168 to buy now or find one of our 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, a strong, a tough.
Now, fly with Air Tanzania, the wings of Kilimanjaro. Enjoy their special promo fares to Dubai and Gwangju Dubai fares start from $600 and Guangzhou in China from $800. These promo fares are for a limited time only, so don't miss out. They also offer affordable fares to other destinations, comfort, reliability, and value all in one flight. Locate them at the Accra International Airport, adjacent the airport post office, or call 0246 567898 or 0542 815087. Fly smart, fly affordable. Air Tanzania, the wings of Kilimanjaro. Now, let me say good morning to Yasmin Kraka, of Bank of Yasmin Kraka. She sends a message and says, please answer the question, which of your cars?
People are interested.
They should be interested. We'll take it like that. Anyway, stay with us. We'll return with birthday messages and sports here on the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back.
The other day, I visited Kwaku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
For 130 years, Standard Chartered has been there for Ghana and for you, supporting your financial aspirations and driving your business ambitions, opening doors to new possibilities, turning small dreams into big realities, and bringing banking to the palm of your hands. For 130 years, we have been there, empowering the next generation to soar higher. And as always, we believe we can achieve even more together. This year, as we celebrate 130 years of operations in Ghana, we look into the future with you because we are bringing 130 years of expertise to power your wealth and business ambitions, 130 years of heritage to power your aspirations. Let's partner for progress. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Life is full of dreams and surprises. When the unexpected happens, SIC Insurance stands with you. For over 60 years, we've protected what matters most: your business, your home, your life. Call us toll free today on 0800 100 055 for your motor, fire, accident, travel, and marine insurance policies. SIC, our promises are sacred.
Introducing Yomi Pina Colada and Peach, our newest addition to the Yomi family. Life is full of choices, so here are more Yomi flavors to spoil you for choice. Go on, choose great taste, choose nourishment, choose the new Yomi Yogurt Pina Colada and Peach. And always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Yomi, a nourishing choice. Yomi Yogurt Pina Colada and Peach. More quality products from Amigo Ghana Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. Time now for birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go. Yes. And Bank of Africa, BOA Pay from Bank of Africa offers a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat for at boaghana.com for details. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. Now let's see whose birthday it is today.
We have a couple of them on our WhatsApp console. Let me do those. Okay. This one from Ben inside Oyibi says, good morning, SMS, happy 88th birthday to my granny, Mrs. Fidelia Kwakye of Ofosu. Ben, we wish your granny a happy birthday. And then this one from Ben in Kwabenya is talking about something else, but there's another birthday message here. It says, happy birthday to my one and only brother Osman Abubakar, aka Outlaw, who stays at Tafo. May this birthday bring him more joy, good health, and more cash. From Mami Yesu of Swami, signed by Dr. Abedi Kwadaso.
This one says, happy 60th birthday. Cheers to a life well lived, a career well deserved, and a retirement well deserved. Your dedication to Ghana Commercial Bank has been an inspiration. Yes to new adventures, relaxation, and enjoying life's golden moments. Wishing you love and happiness on this milestone. Abednego Ni Ado Akwe of GCB Internal Control Room, Liberty House. We love you dearly. It's from Theo and Gifty.
A last one here says, good morning, champion host. Happy blissful birthday to my husband, my handsome husband. I should add that, Mr. Yusuf Haroon, aka Sir Babs. May Almighty Allah bless him with good health and long life and more knowledge from your wife Salama Tuajiman of Amusted and Dr. Abedi of Kwadas. Hey, Dr. Abedi is a big man.
You know, Amusted, Apente, Apiaminka.
Yes. One of the names with a very, very nice acronym or initialism.
Okay, let's get into the Sports Center now, and is proudly brought to us by MTN. Switch to MTN's SIM. Download my MTN app to go seamless today. Standard Chartered Bank here for good. Yomi Yogurt, a nourishing choice, and DSTV, your home of entertainment.
For over 130 years, Standard Chartered Bank has been more than a bank. We've been a partner in progress, from helping establish Ghana's financial system to building business and connecting them to the world. From helping generations grow and protect their wealth to powering innovation and helping communities thrive. Today, we stand on 130 years of heritage to power your ambitions and unlock your opportunities. 130 years of expertise to drive cross-border connections that move businesses forward, support your financial and wealth aspirations, and to sustainably impact communities. As always, we believe we can achieve more by partnering together. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. And
well, before you continue, let me just say that, queuing for your favorite Wache is something that we can accept.
That one we accept it.
Yeah, once a while. But once I'm talking about Wache, I think I flew for Wache this morning. No way. Because as Ghanaians, we can queue for that Wache. You can also queue for Trotro. Charlie, sometimes when the rush hour, you have to go home. But one thing that we cannot stand is you queuing to swap your MTN SIM like that. Like how? Charlie, just visit my MTN app or dial *133# to get this done ASAP. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who be the last person. Do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go.
So, the moment when the alarm rings and life is already asking questions. Campus, coffee, office, hustle, dreams waiting to be chased. Those are the moments when you need something that helps you show up and keep going. That's why Cowbell Coffee stays with me every single moment. Whether you are grinding for that exam, pushing deadlines at work, or cooking up the next big idea, Cowbell Coffee gives you that creamy taste and rich coffee aroma to kickstart your day right, and you can enjoy it anytime. Because success doesn't happen overnight. It is the little moments, the early mornings, the late nights. And through it all, Cowbell Coffee, day with you. Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. Yes, Advert is FDA approved. Victor Achu Tamaklo, VAT, the thing people don't like paying, is here for sports.
Thank you very much, Kuku Asante, and good morning, everyone, and welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center. My name is Victor Achu Tamaklo. Let's start from the Ghana Premier League, because last week, Hoho United confirmed their withdrawal from the competition. They became the second club in 11 months to have withdrawn from the Ghana Premier League for different reasons. Head coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Prince Ofosu, has been reacting to that situation, and he says the league loses value each time a club withdraws, irrespective of the reasons they cite.
Yeah, I could say it doesn't bring value to us when a team stop playing the league by saying the referees are not on his side. It's not good at all. I'm not happy about that decision for the guys to stop playing back. He's the one cashing money out, and you see the way things are going, he can't afford it. So
that's Prince Ofosu, the head coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, speaking about that situation there. We'll tell you more about Prince Ofosu and his Kotoko team, who will be in action on Sunday. Before that, though, Aduana Stars are at home to Bebieni Gold Stars. That game kicks off at 3 p.m. in a meeting of two former champions. If Aduana Stars fail to win today, their title chances get slimmer and could be effectively over especially if Bibiani Gold Stars secure a win in that game, and both Mediama and Accra Hearts also pick up wins in their games this weekend. But even before Mediama play tomorrow at the Ni Ajay Kraku Sports Complex in Tema, Vision FC will take on Accra Hearts. That game is at 3 p.m. Hatzavok head coach is Masoud Didi Dramani. The Phobians are 8 points behind league leaders Bibiani Gold Stars, and their manager Didi Dramani is aware they need to win as many matches as possible to crank up the pressure on the defending champions and league leaders.
I think mentally we are running off. We are just 6 matches from the end of the season, and then we know how important this weekend's game and how important the rest of our games are. Ours is to continue with what is ahead of us, and then keep the pressure onto the 2 clubs that are ahead of us. We just want to mount the pressure on them, and then concentrate on our matches.
That was Masoud Didi Dramani, whose Accra Hearts are some 8 points behind league leaders. I beg your pardon, 6 behind league leaders, Bibiani Gold Stars. Hearts are on 46 points, while Gold Stars are on 51 at the summit of the league table. Well, they will take on a man who knows a thing or two about the Phobians, Nana Jiman, the head coach of Vision FC. He says they are under no pressure at all.
We are very used to the pressure and playing against these big teams and the kind of attitude they bring, and what the game itself is to Ghana and all that, so, and then to my boys as well. So yes, the pressure is there, but I think we know how to manage pressure. We play through it, away games, home games with pressure and all of that. So I don't think that we are really feeling the pressure as much as it's a good pressure game. If you're looking at where we are on the league log, it is, but we still want to play through our structure. We don't want to change our philosophy. We just need to play with a bit more intensity. We just need to take our chances, create and take them.
Nana Jiman is head coach at Vision FC. That game is on Saturday. They face Accra Hearts at home at 3 p.m. On Sunday, Samantex 96 are playing Breakham Chelsea. Hoho United at home to Bechem United. Nations FC will play Basake Holy Stars. Young Apostles are playing Swedro All Blacks, while Karela United face Hearts of Lions. The game of the weekend, however, has to be Mediama's home game to Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Takwa Naboso Park at 3 p.m. Mediama head coach is Ibrahim Tanko. His team in the last 10 matches have won just once, and as a result have lost their advantage. 8 points it was at some point at the summit of the Ghana Premier League table. He knows they need to win, but is also rallying their fans to be in the stadium to support the team.
We are always ready, and we play against a very big team like Kotoko. We play House of Folk, we play Bibiani Gold Stars, we play all the big names, and the defenders did very well. I don't think this is different to them. I mean, they are all experienced. We have Yusuf and Jacob, Fatau and Oseya, who are all very experienced in the league. So definitely it's going to be very exciting to see them against these strikers. No, I think they have to show the supporters of Kotoko that we also have supporters here, and we hope that they will come in their numbers. It's a Sunday and it's a free day and everyone can come. We hope that they will come in their numbers, and we assure them that we are not going to let them down.
The final Premier League game of the weekend will be on Sunday when Dreams take on 11 Wonders in that Premier League game as well. Yesterday we had the disappointing news of Mohamed Kudus's injury, which could rule him out of the FIFA World Cup. Kudus, for those of you who would recall, tore his quads in January when Spurs played Sunderland in a Premier League game. He's missed the last 3 months of Premier League action and was due to resume football from next week, because on Monday, as recent as Monday, Mohamed Kudus resumed individual training and was expected to progress steadily in this path to recovery. However, yesterday the club confirmed that there has been an aggravation of that injury and he may require surgery, in fact, to repair that quad problem that Mohamed Kudus has got. And so for the rest of the season, Kudus is not expected to play for Tottenham Hotspur. That means his World Cup chances with Ghana also hang in the balance. Of course, in the coming days, we'll learn more about what decision the player and the club would have made, and possibly in consonance or in consultation with the Ghana Football Association medical team to make a determination of whether or not he will undergo go under the knife for a surgery, or that will continue. So that's the situation there. From there, let's talk about the German Bundesliga, because the Bundesliga media tour continued this weekend, and Joy Sports editor Tayo Fentu was with the team as they made a stop at the Bay Arena, the home ground of Bayer Leverkusen, former champions.
This is the Bay Arena, where we've been giving a nice tour of the facilities, 30,000 capacity. I think it can go as low as 16 euros for the away fans, and some of it also for the home fans, especially for the standing ones. And that really goes to show the ownership of the Bundesliga, where as many as the majority voting rights of all the club continue to be retained with the fans. The day started with a very nice presentation from Bundesliga International. Henry Brinkmann took us through a presentation where he spoke about Bundesliga's roots into Africa. And then we had a round table with Simon Rufers, who is the sporting managing director for Bayer Leverkusen, and he spoke to us especially about the club's intentions and why they continue to value the African market.
Like, to have a media roundtable and some guys sitting here with our jersey. So there you can see the connection between Bayer and Bayer 04 and Africa that we have since years now. A strong part of the squad is are players from Africa, and Eddie, for example, is a role model for us because he's a leader and he is a key player in our club, in our squad, and that's why I think the African market, not only for sure for the players, what I mentioned, but as well for the club is very interesting, and we want to get connected to Africa, and that's why I appreciate also a lot our trip to Burkina Faso with Eddie together to give a little bit an insight as well for our fans here in Germany, how Eddie grew up, how the situation is there, and as well for the African fans to get to know Eddie in a better way.
So that's Samuel Rufus, and after his conversation, there was lunch before we were taking into the Bay Arena and giving a really nice tour of the facility. It's been a wonderful day of conversations, of learning about the Bundesliga and its operations in Africa. Day two should take us to Borussia Dortmund, where we are expected to get another tour of that particular facility and then learn a bit more about one of the greatest clubs in the Bundesliga. From the Bay Arena in Leverkusen, Germany, Tahir Fentu for Joy Sports.
Yep, that was fans from his base in Germany. Well, before we go though, the CAF president, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, has said CAF will make changes in response to the unfortunate incidents that happened in the AFCON final when Senegalese players left the pitch for 17 minutes before they returned to complete the final that they eventually lost. That they eventually won. Of course, they've since been stripped of the title. Motsepe was addressing a news conference in Senegal where he met with the president at the Football Association head.
We've already implemented some of the changes and resolutions to make sure that what happened on the final day doesn't happen again. It's interesting when lawyers say to you, experienced lawyers, that some of those things were not foreseen by the rules. These are lawyers who act for FIFA at the highest level. So we learn, and we've identified that, there are certain things we could have done differently and could have done better. And those changes, some of those changes will have to go to the Ordinary General Assembly, where all the 54 nations are present, but others we are implementing through EXCO. So,
yeah, that's Patrice Motsepe, CAF president, and in the Joy Sports Center.
Thank you very much, Rector Achu Tamakulu, for joining us with the latest in the world of sports. It's 8 a.m. time now for the Business Minute, brought to us by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert.
Oil marketing companies are expecting up to 5% reduction in fuel prices from April 16, 2026, if government goes ahead to suspend at least the 1 cedi Dumsor levy on prices of petroleum products. Labour consultant Senior Japan is urging the National Pensions Regulatory Authority to strictly enforce its directive on prosecuting employers who deduct pension contributions from workers' salaries but fail to remit mandatory Tier 2 funds. And economist Professor Peter Kwakye is urging government to prioritize agriculture and manufacturing sectors as key drivers of economic growth, following the World Bank projection that Ghana's economy will expand by 4.8% this year.
And that's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. And Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sale of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at competitive prices. And for every generator you acquire, you'll enjoy a 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. Their services include a 24-hour emergency service, sale of genuine spare parts, reliable rental service, professional advice and sale of tar lights and rental. Now, locate their East Legon branch at 26 Boundary Road, Legon, close to AH Hotel, and head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. They have 21 branches nationwide. They're into skill training. They have a training school that trains students in generators and plants, auto mechanics, electricals, and controls, as well as solar installations, offering 80% hands-on training and 20% theory. So call them on 0243 480 334 or 0246 423534. Anointed, the generator experts. Well, let's get interactive this morning. Join us on X. Use the hashtag JoySMS. Then on WhatsApp 055 1111997. Social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Number 10 liver salt, a refreshing relief. And Provident Insurance. With Provident, man, you're covered.
Let me tell you about EcoBank's mobile app. So I need your attention. If your money is controlling you, now it's time to take charge. The EcoBank mobile app gives you the power to command your money, to transact across 33 African countries and anywhere in the world. Command your money to make water, electricity, and school fees payments. Bank and mobile money transfers, create virtual cards to buy only what you need and more. So Money Commander, download the EcoBank mobile app now on the App Store or Play Store and command your money. Command also means paying attention to details. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card detail. When in doubt, please call the EcoBank call center on 0800 003 225. That is 0800 003 225. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
And on big stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel, connecting Energy's Republic Bank, where the one for you. Join the Republic Verse. Do more, shine more, big up. And Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered, as well as Cowbell Coffee. Our focus is on the publican system at the ports. And this morning, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority will be joining us shortly here on the Super Morning Show.
Your money deserves the safest home. With Telecel Cash, you are protected every step of the way. No risks, no worries, no long stories, just peace of mind. Please dial star 110 hash or download the Telecel Play app now for safe and secure transactions. Telecel Cash, the safer choice. Send the KK.
Now, looking for motor insurance that goes the extra mile, Hollard Insurance has something special for you this 2026, and you wouldn't want to miss out. Insure your vehicle with Hollard and enjoy extra rewards. New customers get to drive away with free fuel vouchers when they sign up. Assistant customers get exclusive gifts when they renew, plus 24/7 free roadside assistance for everyone, so you're never stuck on the road. That's value you can trust. Call 0800 444 999 or visit any Hollard office or speak to your broker today. Men slack. Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered.
So what if your bank helped you big up? Welcome to the Republic Verse, where your money, your business, and your dreams level up. Own your dream home with Republic Bank mortgages. Grow faster with SME and corporate banking solutions. Run your daily finances smoothly with retail and commercial banking products. Build wealth with investment and trust management. and pay anywhere, anytime with Republic Visa card or debit cards. Whether you are starting out, scaling up, or stepping into what's next, Republic Verse gives you the power to do more and shine brighter. Call Republic Bank toll free 0800 414 414. That is 0800 414 414, or WhatsApp 0546 414 414 right now and step into the Republic Verse. This is the Republic Verse. Do more, shine more, big up. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back after these messages. And when we return, we get into a conversation about the publican system at Ghana Sports. We'll tell you more about what it's all about. And if you have any concerns, why don't you send them to us on X, use the hashtag JoySMS, then on WhatsApp 055 1111 997. We'll be right back.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me Gov't Ghana. No garri, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no.
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house, oh.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
You can't deny it when you taste it. The rich creamy goodness of Gov't coffee. One sip and you feel it. It's Gov't coffee. Taste it and you love it. It's a special feeling. One sip and you feel it. It's Gov't coffee.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy cowbell coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me.
Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat? I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Hello, sir. Please check the round tickets you made me purchase for our Canadian partners arriving this weekend.
Something is eating me up though. I still don't know a decent welcoming place where we can host our guests.
This is no issue at all, sir. Let me introduce you to Ghana's best kept secret when it comes to a perfect accommodation, and that is Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment located at Bawi Zero.
Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment? Tell me more.
Anointed Executive Airbnb Airbnb Apartments is a destination that everyone instantly falls in love with the minute they enter. They have beautifully designed 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, fully equipped kitchens, ultra-modern stylish living area, high-speed Wi-Fi connectivity, and an elegant rooftop lounge. Anointed Airbnb has 24-hour professional security, reliable standby generator, and an exceptional customer service and more.
Wow! Please make reservations for our guests right now.
Absolutely. If you ever think of a destination for work retreats, vacations, family events, or weekend getaways, always choose Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment. Find them in Accra at Bawe 0 Faith Montessori, or book ahead on 025-638-9193 or 025-649-2415. Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartments. Class, luxury, and lifestyle redefined.
Never felt this free before. I'm high and I'm getting higher.
Welcome to the Joy Sports Minute with me, Daniel Granting. This edition of the FIFA World Cup will start on the 12th of June with the opening ceremony at the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. It will be the first stadium to host the FIFA World Cup opening ceremony 3 times. The tournament will conclude with a final on the 20th of July at the MetLife Stadium in New York, with over 82,000 spectators expected. In total, there will be 16 host cities: Los Angeles, Miami, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Seattle, Boston, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Kansas City, Toronto, Vancouver, Monterrey, and Guadalajara.
Hey, El Chamano, I agree to.
I make sure. Salary them pay last week. This week, no, it finished. How?
But don't you have GCB mobile app? Just request a salary advance. You will get it in 30 seconds.
Gosh, it just dropped like it's hot.
Get up to 80% of your salary anytime with the GCB mobile app at the lowest interest rates. Switch to a GCB salary account now and payday can be any day. Download the GCB mobile app on Google Play, App Store, or Huawei App Gallery. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
So live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, and this morning we've been joined by the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Sapong, because it's important to have a conversation about what's happening within the GRA, and most importantly, a lot of you have sent messages asking about a new system that is going to be introduced at our ports, and whether that will not constitute another tax system and everything, a new tax and all of that. We said no problem. It will be important to get clarification on all of these. So, Anthony Sapong, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, and good morning to your listeners as well.
Great. This is the first time we're meeting this year. Feels like since you moved to your new world, we haven't really met. We meet at programs, but that's okay. I mean,
I'm collecting the revenue for our development.
Oh, I like that. I like the fact that you're collecting the revenue for our development. And how's our revenue collection going?
Thank you very much. So the revenue mobilization, like I always say, for me, is not just collecting the taxes, but also have to view it in a sense of national development, because that is the whole blood that really drives national development. So last year when we started, we had a very strong ambition that, given the circumstances of the economy and all that, we need to focus on raising the revenue domestically. So we had a target of 189 billion. We ended at 182 billion, which is approximately 96% of what we set ourselves to do. But we all know last year was a very challenging year. The economy was reset. We started with a very high, buoyant CD rate of 15 to 1, and particularly for our import area, which is dollar dependent, that high projection was done. But for the good of the state, we needed to reset the economy, and therefore the currency appreciated. So even if you had the same dollar base in CD terms, you would drop. But that notwithstanding, I think the 96% we made was a very strong push, and we are riding on that to make sure this year as well we've given a target of 225 billion.
Yeah.
So we are working towards that to ensure that at the end of the day we can raise the needed revenue to support national development.
Are we on course so far when it comes to this years?
Yes, we are very much on course. January was strong, March was stronger. We had a bit of a below target for February, but overall Q1 is looking very good.
Overall Q1 is looking very good. I mean, you talked about the fact that import duties and all, and that would take me to a very important thing that is happening now. But there are also those who say, and you put it nicely, that when the city appreciates, certain things too would give. The governor of the Bank of Ghana at the Kwakye Business Forum made it clear that you have certain trade-offs. So once the city appreciates, and like you would indicate, the duties at the ports also, because we use the dollar to calculate. So you look at it, all the time the agents would tell you, Charlie, clear it quick before Tuesday comes, and then they would probably come with a new rate. But that's something that we have to give. But let's talk about happenings at the ports, because there is this whole talk about a publican system. What exactly is it going to be doing at our ports?
Thank you very much. So let me step back to explain the process of assessing duties at the port, and therefore situate why what publican is and what it will do. So in Ghana, in terms of assessing duty, there are three very key variables that drives the assessment. One is the country of origin. So if a good is coming from, let's say, London or Egypt or China, there's a differences in the freight. So the distance and the freight you pay is a factor. So if goods are coming from China and you declare that it's coming from Egypt, definitely it affects the duty that you pay. The second one is classification. In the World Customs Organization, there are standard classification for all kinds of goods that must be done. And that comes with specified duty rates as we have it in our law. So if you don't have the correct classification, then the state may lose, because somebody may use the wrong classification, gives it advantage of the rate to use, and it will go. Then the third one is actually valuation, trying to determine how much the importer purchased the item. So these three areas have been a challenging area as far as duty determination is concerned. And over the years, we've used various semi-automated manual systems to try to understand how importers declare. So because we find instances where goods will come in, and if it's coming from country A, they will say it's country B because we want to take advantage of the freight, wrong classification. And because of the volumes and the human-centered nature, it's so always difficult to find everything. We'll do our best to do. Then secondly, in terms of the values, you may be aware in the past we talk about benchmark values.
Yes.
That simply means that because we cannot validate actually the actual invoices of importers, the state came out with a range of values to say, well, when we are uncertain, this is what we will use to guide us. Then we also introduce what we call reference price lists. That also simply gives a guide to the custom officers that when somebody submits a value and you're unsure of it, this is a guide what we've been using. But these are all very heavily manual dependent. So when an importer comes in and put in their data and say, I've brought, let's say, 2 containers, these are the items and this is the value of it, it takes closely about 2 hours for the custom officer to research on it and to be certain that indeed what the importer has declared is the correct information. That is one hand. But even given that there's no certainty that the custom officer will be able to get all correct. The second challenge is that because also human-centered, we found out that there's a lot of human discretion. So importer A may be working with a customs officer, and of course, over time there's familiarity, and therefore those familiarity can lead to collusion and ultimately lead to not the proper thing being done. Who is at the end of the losing end is the state. It affects the revenue that the state must receive. So the publican, as we are introducing, is an AI support decision-making tool that assists in these areas, trying to correctly, if you say goods is coming from China, it's able to go through the global data and say, indeed, this goods is coming from China. It's able to tell us the correct HS code compared to what the importer has declared. And 3, it's also able to use as a range of values working similar like the benchmark so that we can be certain. But this time using actual real-time global data on those prices that are available. So it's a support to the custom officers to help them quickly do their research and come to a decision as to the accuracy of the information that the importers have done. But most importantly, because it's an AI tool, it runs same for all declarations. So previously, you have different custom officers working on it, and that brings the variation and all the issues that come with it. But for the AI, we are saying it is fair and parity for all, because the AI will run 100% for everybody's declaration, use similar standards, and then from there, we'll be able to determine that indeed your country of origin, your classification, and your valuation are reasonably within what we expect.
Great. So let's practicalize it. Okay. In practice, for instance, when an importer submits a declaration, what happens behind the scenes?
That's a very good question. So when an importer submits a declaration, so previously, as I said, the officer will take the declaration, go through all the information, works through other available tools, benchmark, reference price list, and also try to determine whether where the goods are coming from are accurate. And based on it, come out with the values and the duty assessment. What the publican is doing, and it took us close to about 2 hours to do that before the publican. What the publican or the AI tool is that the same research for the officer, but this time does it in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So when the importer puts in the information and press the button declared, immediately the AI picks it up on almost real-time basis, comes out with an assessment of what the importer has done to confirm in 5 minutes to confirm whether the country of origin has an issue or not. Number 2, gives you the classification information as to whether it is aligned with what we should expect. And number 3, give a range of values. And that range of values, it tells us whether the importer's value is within the range. In that case, the AI will say these prices are okay, or outside the values, the AI will also mention. So this becomes available to the officer. So the officer in 5 minutes has all the information he or she would have taken 2 hours to know. Then the officer will go through and determine and say, okay, it's fairly here, let's move ahead. There's an issue here, we need to get back to the importer and their agent.
So just by way of clarification, who then makes the final decision? Is it the system, as in the publican that will say this is it, or the officer based on the information provided by the publican then makes the final decision, the customs officer?
Is the customs officer. In fact, within our laws and also within the World Council, World Customs Organization rules, it's the officer that makes the rules. And that's why we've consistently said that the AI tool is similar to when we are using benchmark, is similar to when we are using reference price list, is complementary and it's a decision-making tool, but it is not the AI that makes the decision, it is the officer.
Now, there are those who actually think, and their belief is that there's this perception that this is a new tax system. Now, help us understand whether the publican will be imposing new charges or would just be supporting the existing processes.
So I think it's important to clarify this point. At the beginning of our engagement with importers and agents and the public, we made it clear that the publican is not bringing in any taxes or levies at all. So there was the concern that once we are introducing a new system, we will levy the importers. And we have constantly declared and made the point that no, government is not surcharging the importers for the introduction, because it's GRA and customs that are really enhancing the process we work to be more efficient and effective. So there's no cost passed on to the importers or agents. Number two, government has not announced any new taxes at all. As you are aware, in this country, no institution can impose taxes apart from Parliament. And we are all very aware that in this process, Parliament has not passed any law to vary any of the taxes of importation, either upwards or downwards, relative to the implementation of the publican. So we really like to assure importers and the general public that the introduction of the AI is not bringing new taxes and it's not bringing in any cost charges. Indeed, one of the things, and the president mentioned at the Core Business Forum, that what the AI is going to do is going to help us to ensure that all importers are paying fairly what they're expected to do. If we get that through properly, it rather even gives us opportunity to go back to cabinet and to parliament and to ask for even a variation in duties, because now everybody is paying. Today we know that some people are dodging, but if everybody is paying, there's opportunity. And the president made that point at the Core Business Forum that if this thing works, it even creates opportunity for duty reduction as opposed to duty increment. So that will be good for all businesses.
So if I get you clearly,
well.
I mean, this will be at no cost.
At no cost at all.
Okay. How about to GRA?
So GRA, we said GRA, or for that matter, government is paying because it's part of the process to improve the efficiency of operations and to facilitate trade. And therefore, if it is good to support trade and to support businesses, and businesses thrive and grow, overall government participate in the taxation that it gets, it makes sense to take some of the tax money to implement this system. So there's no cost pass-through from government to importers because we want to improve the efficiency of the processes.
And you've started the implementation so far?
Yes. So let me run down the process that we did. So just to bring some memory. So sometime in June media, the minister making the media statement to Parliament indicated that we are having a heavy leakage of revenue at our ports, and part of this is coming from these two areas: incorrect country of origin classification and valuation issues. So we then looked through and asked and said, how can we improve the situation and minimize some of these leakages? So sometime in September, we conducted what we call proof of concept that this AI, when you run through World Customs Organization, you see that this AI is there and a number of countries are using it. So we asked them to come and run a proof of concept at their own cost. They did that. So the proof of concept is a smaller size sample to see whether it's working with our data and it can interface with our systems. Then after that, we did a pilot. So the pilot is a bigger size sample to demonstrate that it can work. So when we were satisfied that it will work, we then took it to Parliament for Parliament to approve. Because this under our laws under PFM Act Section 33 and also the Constitution, when we have a multi-year program like that, the law requires that Parliament approve. So we took it to Parliament to approve. So on January, having done all of this, we did a stakeholder engagement, first with importers and agents, and then second with other government agencies that we work with. Interestingly, this AI, for example, if you are bringing drugs, for example, and those drugs are banned or they have issues, it's able to flag. So institutions like NAPCO or it's a fault content and there are issues with it, it's able to flag. So we brought these government agencies we normally work with and in whose domain some of these matters will fall to also understand the publican report so that they can also use it. And then the third one was with the media and reporters to also understand. So having done that in January, then in February, we deployed the publican full stream. So every declaration that was made, we ran it through the publican. But we didn't apply it because we wanted to see the impact and how it will affect declaration. So we actually unveiled it to importers real time on the 11th of March. 2026, having run it for 1.5 months on 100%. So proof of concept, smaller concept, pilot, much bigger sample, and a full sample between 2nd of February and 10th of March.
Okay, great. This morning we're joined by the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Sapong. So let's look at something, and this is a conversation we've had over and over again under declaration and revenue leakage at the port. Before public, and how serious were these?
So this is very significant. So when we took office, we did a study of the past data about 5 years back, and the results were very revealing because we were able to show one of the things. For example, when you are doing an importation, you need to have import declaration form. We identified that over 5 years, close to about 31 billion USD has been transferred out of the country without goods coming in. So this was very revealing. So it isn't just trade, but it also was impacting in terms of our the management of our forex as well. Then we also identified that close to over 11 billion revenue loss was gone to the state because of some of these matters relating to country of origin and then the misclassification and valuation. Indeed, we are even working with some of the shipping lines. We then also found out that there was some collusion among shipping line staff, customs officers, and some importers. And this is how the scheme was being run. So we then said, well, we need to tackle this in terms of putting in a system that will ensure that we eliminate or minimize significantly the opportunities that existed in these areas, and using the same human beings and the extensive discretion or the system then was not going to help us at all. So the use of AI or automation that will cut across the entire process of looking at these three pronged areas, country of origin, classification, and valuation, will give us opportunity to see ahead of time. And that's how we ended up bringing in the publican to help solve this challenge.
Great. There are those who say we lose, you've talked about 11 billion in revenue losses. Others say every day an estimated $3 million is lost in, at our points of entry. What have you been doing to deal with this so far?
So this is the revelation after having introduced publican. It's publican who is giving us this revelation. So the research we did was just manual over a period, and we couldn't even cover 100% sample. But when you look at the month of February, as I said, when we ran it through all declarations, so in the month of February, Publican ran on about over 6,000 declarations that were made.
Okay.
And 75% of it, Publican was even said it was okay, it was good, it's fall within range. So we are talking about 25% of it, and that 25% of it, which Publican flagged, gave us a daily average of $3 million US. And that translates to over 1 billion Ghana cedis a month.
Yeah.
That the under declarations, if you are not brought in Publican, we will not notice all of it. And it's even it's the number even rises when we come to March. You know, February is a slow month of importation. When
Okay, March, what did it rise to?
March, we will be talking about average of 3 to 3.5, but we've said let's keep it even at an average of $3 million a day. So that has opened our eyes to the real under declarations that we are seeing. And therefore, we believe that when we allow Publican to work, one, it brings in taxation the concept of parity. It means those who are under declared and not paying taxes, they have the advantage to price differently on the market than those who are paying correctly. That's 75%. If we're able to bring the 25 correctly to pay, they will be at par with everybody, and market distortions of prices will be fair. So for businesses and traders, we believe that that's one of the advantages Publican is bringing.
But there are those who argue, and their claim is that this system delays clearance. Is Publican slowing trade or improving efficiency?
Yeah. So we don't agree that Publican or agree with the point that Publican is slowing down trade. We believe that Publican is speeding up, as I told you already. In a manual system that we had, it took us 2 hours. Now we have Publican doing that similar work for the officer in 5 minutes. So all things being equal, it is done. But in the process of implementation and being new, we have had to make some adjustment, and we are learning out of it. The first one was we also then realized that these 3 billion comes through either intentional or errors that have been made in classification and evaluation. So when we started and we see it, we asked the importers and their agent, because the data belongs to them, to self-correct the first 2 weeks. But we then quickly realized that the agents and importers themselves were struggling to correct it. Previously, custom officers would do it for them when they see the error. We told them that, well, we don't want a situation where you'll be challenged that you change my data, let them do it. But we then identified that they correcting it as a challenge. So we subsequently instructed our custom officers to do what they were doing before, correct it for them, and then allow them to accept that they agree to it. So that way, we have brought back part of the bottleneck that we introduced because we wanted them to take the responsibility. So that has long been resolved.
Okay.
The second one was in normal customs operations, we have what we call an appeal team. So if you are an importer and a custom officer challenges your declaration, there's a regular appeal team. They work 24/7. That is in the system. So that has also been fully activated. Initially, the importers thought that we have deactivated that, but we engaged them the past 2 weeks and last week, and we told them that system is already there. So it's a regular engagement that you have with them. What we have rather done is added another layer called the Supreme Court. So even if you're an importer, and previously if you go to the appeal and you're not satisfied, that ended there. We're saying that let's put another layer of a team. If you are not satisfied with the appeal process, which works daily, you can then also bring your matter to the Supreme Court. So when we started on a meeting twice a day because most of the matters would have been dealt with by the appeal. But we've then even decided that the president again at the call forum said that because it's also a new thing, we should increase the frequency. So this is something that we are going to do. But most of the appeals coming to that body, the last time we met was not more than 25. When we sit, we cleared everything.
Okay.
And in that process, it was interesting to know that once we have heard some of the decisions, in one particular case, we admitted that the error was from a custom officer, and therefore the importer was right, and we upheld for the importer. So to give comfort to importers that when you bring that and your case is truly genuine, the team will support it, and if it is not to again, they will upheld what the process has done. So we've resolved these initial teething problems, and we are bringing it to normal. So we don't expect the initial issues that we had to recur, because
the other concern is about arbitrary pricing.
Yeah.
So does publican determine values or simply flag suspicious declarations?
So publican, let me be clear, does not determine values. It flags suspicious transactions, and those suspicious transactions comes in many forms. One, as I said, in the area of narcotic and all, that I can flag and say these goods are coming from a country of high narcotic or a source of high banned substance, so watch it. Is it correct? The second one is the value. So the way publican works is that it looks at the real-time global data and say, let's say you went to buy rice. It would then look at real-time global data and say, this type of rice, the highest price somebody has ever bought is X, and the lowest price somebody has ever bought is Y. So if the importer's declaration is within X and Y, publican gives it a green, because it means that you are within the range of possible lower and highest price. If you are below it, then publican will say, well, we've never seen this price before, so I'm flagging for you, officer, to deal with it. And the reason why that is necessary is, one, sometimes somebody has gone to make a new deal and they have gotten a better price than is in the global system. And therefore, if you show proof that indeed your lower price, which falls outside the rent, is genuinely what you have received, that appeal body would upheld it. Sometimes too, there are importers that bring in high volumes, and we've already approved a certain range of values for them. Again, that will be upheld. So to confirm, publican does not determine values. It flags and allow the officers to go into the matter to determine finally what should be the values to be used for the duty assessment.
Okay. This one says, please ask the Commissioner General in the studio, how come when we send declarations, it takes 2 to 3 weeks before the duty will come out, even with the AI system?
So this may be of peculiar issues that to deal with. So there are several factors. As I said, from the very beginning, we were asking the agents and importers to do the corrections we've seen, and they themselves, we realized that they were not doing it. So we've decided to make sure that our officers do it, and they have to accept. That may be one reason some may delay. But ordinarily, we are not expecting the when a declaration has been made, we are not expecting it to go beyond 2 or 3 days. That's the normal regular standard. So if anybody again has a situation of 3 weeks, that's rare and that's abnormal, and that has to be escalated through the ICOM system to the head of CTSB, Customs Technical Services Bureau. They are in charge of the duty assessment. Once you place it in custom, the head of customs immediately sees it as an escalation, and they pay attention to it. But it's not the norm that the declaration is done and it's taking 3 weeks. But again, let me use the opportunity to also emphasize and to educate to our importers that the current system that we are running, even before publican, once the ship sails, 2 weeks before the ship arrives, importer can put in the declaration. So that before the ship arrives, all of this work has been done, and you, the importer, you also know what to pay. What we find out is that typical as we will still wait for the ship to arrive a number of days, sometimes 1 week after the ship arrives before the declarations are done. So I want to encourage our importers, do it early. 2 weeks before it arrives, our system allows that. So put in the information, it start working on it. So by the time the ship arrives, indeed, everything is done. If there are any challenges, they will be sorted in that respect. Yeah.
Great. Still have you on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM with me, Winston Amoah. This morning we've been joined by the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Sapong. When we return after these messages, we're going to be talking, giving you a chance to send in all those messages. Okay, if you have any questions, I see a lot of you sending messages. We'd ask all those questions on your behalf. Stay with us. Keep the messages coming on 055 1111 997. We'll be right back.
Morning Show. When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
The big Easter sales is happening now at CompuGhana, and it's bigger and better. From now till 12 April, shop any product from well-top brands like Samsung, LG, TCL, HP, Lenovo, Tecno, Infinix, Itel, Huawei, and many more, and enjoy up to 40% off. This Easter, CompuGhana is giving you more than big discounts. Shop any products worth 1,000 Ghana cedis and above, and instantly enter the Easter reward raffle draw to win amazing prizes like a 98-inch smart TV, laptop, mobile phone, and other prices. Enjoy massive savings on TVs, smartphones, laptops, and home appliances across all CompuGhana branches nationwide. Visit any CompuGhana showroom today or shop online at www.compughana.com. Experience this Easter season the CompuGhana way. Call us on 0302-752020 or WhatsApp 0243-143-143 for inquiries. This promo is in partnership with NLA under the Caritas platform.
The journey to the World Cup 2026 has begun. Over 200 people have already secured their 2026 World Cup experience with Adansi Travels. Visa appointments are being secured. Match ticket processes are underway. The question is simple. Will you be watching from your living room or inside the stadium? From 1 March to 2 to 3 unforgettable moments. Here is your moment to be part of history, because when the world gathers in USA and Canada, you don't want to say, I almost went. Call Adansi Travels now on 059-550-0817 or 053-100-8550. Joy is here. Choose yours now.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Right, so welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. So you can now give us a call also. I think we can just take about 4 or 5 calls for the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority on 0302-216-541 and then 055-1111-997. But Commissioner General, the question here says, please ask about the process in claiming of what? Mortgage interest for me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. So within our Income Tax Act, it allows individuals to be able to claim interest on their mortgages if it's their primary residence. So it's the first property you are buying and you are residing in it. You are not using it for commercial. The law allows you to be able to claim back. So the first thing you do is that once you've done the mortgage arrangement, you will inform your finance team in your organization or where you work to notify them that you are incurring this interest, and then also write to GRA that you want to claim this. So we'll give you we'll write back to confirm to your finance team the amount that you are entitled to. Then at the end of the year, when you file your returns also, you indicate and attach evidence of the interest that you have incurred for which you have been given, and if you deserve more, GRA will give you more. If you deserve less, GRA also indicate that amount, and that's how the process should work.
Great. This one says, good discussion. Can you please ask the Commissioner General why you can bring in a vehicle only to find out the duty assessed by customs is higher than the value of the car? The officers have their own method of assessing, even in the face of the importer showing genuine proof of the cost of the vehicle. And this is from Ajwa in Adenta.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ajwa. So it borders in the area of what we call the valuation. So you might have gone outside to negotiate and find a very reasonable price for your vehicle. But when it comes to the valuation, we have a set of a range of values that you apply to types of vehicles, irrespective of how much you bought it. Otherwise, there are individuals who go and do their own negotiations. Difficult to ascertain in terms of the prices that they had. And then number two, we also have what we call legal depreciation. So when you look at a vehicle from the year of manufacturing, the law allows a certain percentage of reduction in values. And when you apply those reductions, it may not necessarily coincide with the price that you bought it, maybe because of superior negotiations and all that. So I will always advise that in those instances, when you have had the vehicles, you can always contact GRA, will be able to give you a fair idea even before you ship the vehicle. The second one is also when you come in and the duties are very high. There are two options that are available, which the law allows us to be able to give you a space of time to structure the payment plan if it's so steep for you. Within 6 months, we can allow to do that. But we are also introducing what we call advanced duty facility. We are working with some of the banks, currently piloting with APSA, and APSA will give you a facility to pay immediately, and then you pay back to APSA over time. So that's also available.
Great. So let's get onto the phone lines now. Bishop in Asante Mampong has joined us. Bishop, good morning.
Good morning, Winston. How are you?
Oh, Bishop, God is still taking care of his children. We are fine.
I know, he's still taking care of his children. We are all included.
Sure.
Greetings to the Commissioner General. I want to find out something. I learned there's some tax waivers for persons with disabilities when they are importing a car. And I want him to just give us what is the process? Do you buy the car and then before you apply, or you have to apply and then before you do the importation?
Okay.
And the type of car.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bishop. Commissioner General, he's asking whether there are tax waivers for persons with disability when they're importing vehicles.
Yes, there are certain reliefs in that respect. And I think he also wanted to know the process.
Yes.
So you can do it either at the time that you are considering to buy the vehicle. If you write to us, we will inform you of the availability of those reliefs ahead of time, so you can plan what you are buying. Secondly, when you have shipped the item, at that point you can also write to us and we will give you the guidance. And finally, even when the items have arrived at our port before you clear, you make it part of your declaration that you are disability with all the necessary information that will be considered as part of the evaluation.
Okay. Let's go to Kaswa where Ahmed is. Ahmed, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Ahmed.
Teacher, how are you, sir?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm also doing good. I want to find out from Commissioner. You establish a company, a fresh company, maybe just after the new year, and then you go and register with GRA. Then they tell you we are going to give you assessment, tax assessment. Sometimes they give you assessment and that fresh company, you haven't done any job with it, then they give you assessment. And at the end of the year, perhaps the intent of the establishment of that company, you have not been able to achieve. That is, you wanted to maybe go and bid for a contract or for some kind of supply. Then at the end of the year, they say you owe GRA some money because of the assessment. They give you assessment of say 5,000, and then you're able to pay 3,000. Now you owe 2,000. How does one go about this?
All right. Thank you very much, Ahmed. So Ahmed is making the point that you register a company, you go register, and they tell you, okay, so they assess you, your income for the year, and then they slap, the tax that you're expected to pay, which you are supposed to pay quarterly. He says, but he's not doing any business, and so how does he go about that? Sometimes you realize that at the end of it, you didn't get anything.
Yeah. Thank you, Ahmed. I just want to make the point that as GRA, we support entrepreneurship and businesses, because that's the only way when we create jobs and businesses and they grow and they thrive, we can generate employment, we can increase capital and ultimately contribute to taxation. But the way taxes work is that government has to be funded throughout the whole period. And therefore, when you register a business, the normal assumption is that you are going to undertake a business activity. And that is the reason why you take all the processes to register a business. So that assumption also comes with the fact that you are going to make profit. So ab initio, GRA will sit down with you and agree and look at, okay, how much are you going to make in a year and what possibly your tax will be. So in this case that you use, if the tax is 5,000, then that will be for the year anticipation of taxes you pay. And the law allows you to pay it on quarterly basis. So every quarter, GRA will ask you this 5,000, pay a bit of it. So divided by 4, and you pay a bit of it. What can happen is that at the end of the year, you made more than what you initially was assessed, and maybe your tax is 10,000. It can also be that at the end of the year, the businesses that you intended to have, you did not make any at all. So the law allows you to file a returns at the end of the year to indicate to GRA at your actual activities. So if the actual activities confirm that you didn't make the 5,000 and that you were not supposed to pay anything at all, GRA has a credit system that is given to you. You as the taxpayer can decide to apply for a refund of the 5,000 or to be used towards your payment of the next year assessment. Okay. So those options, those decisions will be with the taxpayer. Okay. If, on the other hand, you file and you have to pay more, then GRA again will assess and say pay more. So that's how the system works.
Great. Let's get back onto the phone lines. Emmanuel is in Accra. Emmanuel, good morning.
Good morning, Winston.
Yes, Emmanuel.
I want to ask the taxman that supposing you are importing a car from abroad, is there a way, maybe I'm importing a Toyota Yaris or a Toyota RAV4, and then is there a way I can pre-get the tax with the various documents before the car comes? Because most of the times when the car comes and then the tax are slashed on those, the tax are slashed on the items, it becomes the state-owned. And many of us are not able to go and get the cars, and then it goes to the state. So please, I want to know if there is a way of pre-knowing the tax on a vehicle before it is imported to Ghana.
Okay, thank you very much. Emmanuel wants to know that can he know the duties and taxes he's supposed to pay before the vehicle gets to Ghana?
Emmanuel, thank you very much. And the answer is yes. So even before you purchase or ship the item, if you contact us as GRA with the information and types of the vehicle you are considering, we'll give you a tentative indication of what your duty will be like. And then also, if you are not able to do that and you ship the item 2 weeks before the items arrive, normally the shipping line will give you an indication when the item has been loaded, the estimated arrival date. 2 weeks before that, the shipping lines will feed the information into our system. At that point, again, we'll be able to do the declaration through your agent, and we're able to give you almost close to actual what your tax liability should be on the vehicle. If you are not able to do all that, my encouragement would be as soon as the ship arrives, don't wait till 2 weeks or 7 days. Also do the declaration and make sure you have the sense of the duty. And as I've already indicated, we've seen that many people bring in vehicles and they are not able to raise the duty amount. And the law says after 90 days, if you are not able to pay, the asset goes to the state, because we need to dispose of it and realize the tax amount to the state. We have worked with the banks, and at the moment we are piloting with APSA. Under those circumstances, you go to APSA, they will give you the facility amount, a loan to cover the tax payment. So they will pay the loan directly to GRA for your vehicle to be released to you. And then you structure based on the terms they give to. They are between 6 months to 1 year for you to spread the payment. That way, you don't need to raise all the money at once, and then you work with them to settle. You have your car and you pay your loan.
Great. Let's go to La. Jones, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Winston. This is Jones Adderworth calling from La.
Yes, Jones.
Yeah, Commissioner General, I want to congratulate you. You are doing a great job, and we appreciate what you are doing.
Thank you,
Commissioner General, my question is, with regards to the freight forwarders, I think when you listen to their side too, there is issue with them you have to deal with. I think you can sit down and trash the issues out, because when they complain about what they used to do. Now that you have introduced a new system, I think there should be more education to let them know what the new system, because most often when they call you guys for engagement, according to them, you don't engage them. Sometimes you just give a cheeky answer to them and you go. My second question is with regards to withholding tax. When you work for organization and they withhold, when you are flat rate, let's say 4%, and they withhold 3%, are you supposed to go to GRA and pay the VAT for 4% when the organization withhold 3% of your whatever business you have done with them? Are you supposed to go back to GRA and pay the 4%? That is my question.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you very much. So the first one, in terms of engagement with freight forwarders, I would like to emphasize that freight forwarders are important stakeholders in the entire ecosystem of trade and trade facilitation. And we've always seen them as partners, because they are the people or the group with the abilities and skill to help our importers make declarations in our systems. And if they are not there, there's obviously a gap in there. So we are willing and always ready to engage them. So in fact, when I talk about the January engagement, they were among the first group who engaged. But we do understand that for any new system, once you start, there may be challenges. So we've commenced engagement with them. In fact, last week we met them together with the Ministry of Finance. The leadership of the freight forwarders were present, and also some trade associations. And we agreed that we are going to have a joint working technical team with presentations from the trade associations and the freight forwarders, so that issues may not just bottled up as they come. We sit down, we look at the practicality and how to solve it, and we agree on it together. So we've commenced that process, and it is good for us all. It is good for GRA. It is good for the freight forwarders, and my encouragement to them is that we should continue the process to engage, and we are open to do that. Okay. In respect of how the withholding taxes work, the withholding taxes are advance kind of tax on behalf of the taxpayer. So in the instance that you mentioned, if the 3% has already been withheld, then it means only 1% is what has to be paid by the taxpayer, and the 3% will be paid by the entity that received the service to make up the 4%. So the straight answer is that you are not to remit the 4%, you are to remit the 1%, and the entity that withheld the 3% will pay that on your behalf. Okay. And when they do, we reflect it in your tax ledger with GRA, so you see that has been settled. Yeah.
Let's go to Accra. Kojo, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Winston. How are you doing?
God is still taking care of his children. How about you, Kojo?
Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, so my issue is in regards to how the GRA is widening their tax rate to cover the informal sector. So what is the Commissioner General doing about it? Because like what we see in the system is that, especially with regards to the indirect sector, they are not paying tax to anyone. A painter will go to site, go and then work the the owner will pay the painter about 500 Ghana cedis or so or more. Here is the case: no one is taking anything from them. So, what is the Commissioner General and what is the GRA asking an entity doing about it to cover the informal sector?
Okay.
And then also, hello.
Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So I want to ask the Commissioner General if I can bring my CV to him because I need a job.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I like your confidence and I like how you're going about it. Commissioner General, we'll start from the last part. He says, can he bring his CV?
What's his name?
Kojo.
Kojo, thank you very much. You know, GRA as a public service institution is open to all Ghanaians to be able to apply. So, yes, you bring your CV by the appropriate time. We normally advertise for employment. It's not something we do on the side. So I will also encourage you that anytime you have placed an advert for employment, you apply, because bringing the CV in itself will not create the opportunity in that respect.
Okay. And the other point is about the informal sector.
Yeah.
How are you getting them on board?
On board. Kojo, thank you very much. The informal sector, as we all know, we say is a very big contributor to GDP, and some statistics put a 30% contribution. So it has a huge potential for taxes. But over the past years, we've treated it like a part-time area. We've not really focused on it to work with that group to make sure that they are contributing their quota to tax, although they pay some taxes here and there. So last year we launched what we call the modified taxation. So the modified taxation actually is for the informal sector, and we say modified because we are not asking them to complete the long, tedious tax filing and everything, which most of them will not be able to do. Secondly, most of these people that operate in the sector will not leave their workplace and come to GRA office to file their returns. So we have to make payment of tax easier to them, accessible to where they work. So we have, in terms of law, whatever they make, we say pay only 3%. 3%. So if your whole annual income is not more than 200,000 Ghana cedis, then you are within this category. You pay 3%. So if you take 200,000 Ghana cedis, that amounts to 6,000 Ghana cedis a year, and you can pay monthly or quarterly. The lower the amount you make, the lower the tax, 3%. We have also developed an app. So again, you don't need to walk to any office. The app will ask you only 4 questions. 1, your name. 2, your TIN number. And also ask you, how much do you think you yourself you are making? So you put the amount there, and then the app will calculate the 3% for you. You can pay with Momo, you can pay with any other channel, and that will reflect on your account. So we've set up a team working with other agencies to support informal sector to register onto this scheme. So please, Kojo, when our teams get to you, also help us by encouraging the groups and associations that are in these areas to register, and you can contribute your quota. The second area in the informal sector is the VAT. VAT is also complex for a lot of people. So beginning of this year, we changed the law. Previously, if your turnover is 200,000, the law exempted you from charging VAT. And since January 1st, 2026, that has been raised to 750,000 Ghana cedis. So that also means that if your turnover is not beyond 750,000 Ghana cedis, you don't need to be charging VAT, so that you avoid the complexity of VAT accounting and so on and so forth. So these are the 2 schemes that we have put in place to support the informal sector, especially the younger ones whose turnover are not high, so that they will contribute to tax, but they contribute it in a simple, less complex way, but at the same time allows them to grow into a bigger businesses that can contribute significantly to tax revenue.
Great, which means we can get back onto the phone lines. Chris is in Tema. Chris, good morning.
Good morning, both.
Yes, Chris, go ahead.
Mr. Winston, morning, and Chairman, morning. Commissioner, morning.
Good morning, and thank you.
Commissioner, my problem right now I have with the AI thing is I passed the declaration for an importer, same commodity, 2 declarations, and apparently one VC reads 137,000, the other reads 97. So my worry is, what do I go back and tell the importer? Like, this is used clothing. We are clearing for you, but one is reading 137, the other is reading 97.
Thank you very much. So, Kojo, because you are in the space, I'll just say that I'm assuming that you fully understand the appeal process that are in place. Ordinarily, the normal appeal process that is in place before the introduction of the publican. So you raise this issue through ICOMS for the appeal team to look at particularly the one that you are not comfortable with. And they will look at it the same way that they used to look at it before publican. Even when they have looked at it and you believe that you are not satisfied, again, you have to raise it. And as I've said, if you introduce another team of senior officers of customs who will look at it and also come back to you. So, but I will encourage you to go through the first process with a normal appeal for them to deal with it for you.
Great. It means that we can get to Ahmed. Ahmed is from Kaso. I think he called earlier and he's back again. Probably will be our last caller for now. Ahmed, good morning.
Suggest to Commissioner, please, we have so many very nice buildings across this country. I don't think the GRA is enforcing the payment of property tax. Could it be possible that all assemblies are made to collaborate with GRA such that each building that they have their record should be given to GRA, so that when the assemblies are taking their property rate, they take their property tax. I don't know if that will be possible. Then again, people who build these houses, a good number of them don't pay taxes. So when you apply for a building permit, could it be possible that the assembly should be made to charge the bricklayers, the plumbers, the electricians, so that without that, the final building certificate will not be given to those who are putting up houses? None.
Okay. Thank you very much, Commissioner General.
Okay. Thank you very much. So the area of property taxation is so important. And we know that in Ghana, that's an area that the gap is high. We've not attained all the potential that we need to have. But there are three areas of taxation in the property today. One is the VAT, which is on sale of properties. That is within the domain of GRA, and we are working on it. The second one is rent tax, which is in the domain of GRA. But the third one, which is property taxes, actually by law is in the domain of the local government and the districts and municipalities. But what is good is that last year a new agency was created. The Real Estate Agency or Council came into being. They are the overall regulatory body that is responsible for property development, property agency, and so on and so forth. So they've started work, and GRA as well as the local government, we are working and collaborating with them with a view to create a database of all properties, so that if it is for VAT or for rent, GRA will be able to have that, and for property rate, the local government can also do that. This is work in progress, but your suggestion is laudable. The second component of your suggestion, which is the artisans that work in these areas, to be part of it. So part of the program we are doing, as I said, is the modified taxation, and we are rolling out a scheme to make sure that individuals that work in the construction industry, we're working with the associations there to properly register onto this informal scheme. So as they work, they also be able to contribute to taxation from their income that they make. Yeah.
Let's get back onto the phone lines for our last caller. Chidiak is in South La. Chidiak, good morning.
Good morning. I'm somehow baffled about this issue. If the commissioner can explain, intergovernmental agencies, we take money from the taxpayer and then we give it to Ministry of Health to buy medicine, and they import the medicines. They bring them down to harbor, and they cannot get money to clear. And the medicine will be left at the harbor and it will rot. Either they auction it or whatever it is. I don't understand this. The same money that they are taking as taxes will be used to give to these agencies, and the agencies will use it to import medicine. And because they say the agencies cannot pay duty, the medicine should be left at the harbor and it will rot. I don't understand this.
All right.
So he must please explain this for us, so that they find a way around these things. That government monies must be used prudently. If they use the money to import the medicines, when they come, it's the same money they are collecting as taxes. They should clear the things and give it to the agencies, so that it will not go bad.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chidiak in South Sudan. Commissioner General.
Thank you very much, Chidiak. So, government is one. That's important to note, but government also has many parts, and the many parts work together through laws and regulations, through directives, and through policies. So when it comes to GRA, our core mandate is that even once you brought in goods, whether it's a government agency or individual, we are expected to collect the taxes and duties on it. And the agency that is bringing it must also ensure that they have the resources or budgetary allocation to pay the taxes on it. In instances where some of those challenges arise, we do collaborate with the relevant agencies and use the law to be able to assist, because in the end, it is a government service to the people. So if an agency cannot pay, the law requires that the agency applies to the Minister of Finance to be given an exemption. At that level, the minister will look at the overall economic and social benefit of what the item is to the state and may evaluate based on the duty or the items coming in to help the people and grant exemption within what the law permits. The law also allows us to be able to clear those items under permit. In other words, if the agency's funding are not readily available, to allow them to clear and then give them time to come and pay, as I explained before. So these are the opportunities and options that are available to us in terms of working with other agencies to make sure that when it is for government and for service to the people, we can ultimately get the items to the people without necessarily impeding the process.
Great. Kwaku?
Yeah. Commissioner General, I have a question about the Voxy issue that we've been having for this week. The National Road Safety Authority and other agencies have sought to blame your outfit. They say because you are chasing revenue, you are allowing those vehicles in despite it not being allowed by law, because we know that vehicles that are right-handed are not allowed into the country. But they say they get to the port, GRA will clear it anyway, and then they have to do a conversion and all of that. I don't know if you have any response to that and what the enforcement mechanism on this matter will be.
Thank you very much. So this is an evolving matter that has just come to us in terms of GRA. But what we need to know is that when it comes to the licensing and regulation of the correct vehicle that must be on our road and find it to be properly, it falls outside the domain of GRA. However, in our work, we work with a number of agencies. So when matters come to attention, although if it's our mandate to raise revenue, we do collaborate with them, and sometimes we override the objective of revenue. For example, in the area of narcotics, when we find that goods are containing banned substances, we hand them over to narcotics, and there are many instances that we have destroyed items that are coming in and didn't allow the revenue to be a factor. You can also reference, for example, in the case of the excavators that were seized at the port, it was at the instance of GRA. We could have allowed them to come in, but we then reasoned that if those excavators are coming in and contributing to the Galamsey issue, we will raise the alarm to do that. So in this area of vehicle, it's a new thing that is coming. We're going to work with the other sister agencies and come out with a plan and decision to ensure that its continual existence is stopped and it doesn't become a challenge, a trap on our roads.
Great. Now, there's a question from, that I received from the Food and Beverage Association President, John Awuni. He says, does the publican recognize or authorize economic operators, or for that matter, gold card bearing members? Ask this question because it flags such operators and they pay demurrage only for them to accept the importer's values after days of appeal.
So let me say that the authorized economic operators is people that over time have worked with GRA and customs, and we found that they are extremely high compliant with taxation. So in terms of when it comes to assessing them and following their work and so on and so forth, we know that even if you close our eyes, we'll get it right. So they are put in that category. But in terms of the publican, obviously we are saying it's 100% flagging. And those communities do have certain privilege that we've done. So definitely we are going to work with them to ensure that those privileges are captured in publican. If for any reason any of those importers do not have their privilege captured, we are willing to do that. What we need to understand is the publican is an AI, and the AI fundamentally also has the capability of learning, and therefore any instance that the AI misses at one point, when the human beings put into the AI in transit, subsequently it gets away. So this is what we are using to ensure that in one or two instances where the AI has missed something, we train the AI and feed it with the information, and going forward, that will be done appropriately.
This one says, I'm a retired professor. I provide consulting services to a university in Kenya. It was initially for 3 months. They have renewed it for 1 year. Am I supposed to pay tax on this since the money is taxed in Kenya? If so, how much and what is the process?
Okay. So, Prof, we need to begin with what we call taxation of individuals and companies is based on the principles of residency. So we need to first ask the question, in a year, do you spend 180 days in Ghana, or you spend that outside Ghana? If you spend 180 days in Ghana, although you are consulting in Kenya, then your residency is Ghana. So all the money that you are earning in Kenya has to form part of your declarations or returns in Ghana. But what we'll do is that we'll then look at the taxes that you have paid in Kenya on those earnings. If the Kenyan taxes are more than what you are supposed to pay in Ghana, then you have discharged your obligations. If the Kenyan taxes you have paid is lower than what you are supposed to pay in Ghana, then you only pay the difference. So this is how the system works in terms of foreign earnings for residents.
So finally, on the publican issue, for the ordinary Ghanaian, why should he or she care about publican? Is this, about new taxes or protecting the public revenue?
Thank you very much. So publican, let me emphasize that it's not about new taxes. Publican is about protecting national revenue and closing the leakages. And when we talk about protecting national revenue and closing the leakages, it means raising the necessary domestic taxes to build our roads. It means raising the revenue to improve our hospital and healthcare. It means raising the necessary revenue for government to have ability to employ an individual in our village and towns who has gone for training college or nursing who is not having the opportunity. So actually means that giving the opportunity for the Ghanaian to better their livelihood so that collectively we can aspire and build our dreams and be proud that our country, Ghana, is giving us the opportunities to realize our potentials. So I call on everyone, our traders, our importers, to give the publican a chance. And when we do, as I've always said, we are collectively working as partners in national development. So once again, publican is going to help us to make sure that we realize our dreams of building and resetting the nation within the vision of His Excellency, the President. John Dramani Mahama.
Great. Anthony Sapong, Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Thank you very, very much for joining us here on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Make the right choice for your home. Experience the art of living with smart value deals at Orca. From new arrivals in sofas and dining sets to kitchen accessories and wall art, we offer lasting quality with free delivery, assembly, and expert help. Visit us today on Spintex Road or Asukwa Kumasi. Secure the best value. Think home. Think Orca.
Sasso, sasso, mi si come tonton preko. Sasso, sasso, mi si come tonton preko. Edrana drami ne buseshe. Ye hakesia ne malaria. Minya me kone me sasso spray. Every mosquito study run away. Tonton preko. Sasso, sasso, mi se come tonton preko. Come tonton preko. Sasso, come tonton preko. Nani shamne die demo stronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
Easter is here and Electroland says come and shop. This Easter, make it special. Electroland is bringing you unbeatable offers, unbelievable discounts and exciting free gifts. Feel the rhythm with Samsung, TCL and Media Home Theaters. Enjoy your favorite Easter movies on LED smart TVs. You can stay cool all day with our powerful air conditioners. Want a bedside fridge for your chilled drinks? We've got you. Prepare your Easter meals on a 4 to 6 burner gas cooker with grill and oven. And make laundry easy with top or front load washing machines. Visit our showrooms or go to www.electrolandga8.com. Call 050-315-9739. Electroland, home of luxury affordable electronics.
Want more of the world's best entertainment?
Touch, 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 touch.
Changes. Everything seems your life is up and down, and you say that you're looking for an answer.
Yeah, that's Michael Jackson with Billie Jean. That's a great one, DJ Obete, Africa's highest paid DJ. So Michael Jackson with Billie Jean from DJ Obete, Africa's highest paid DJ. But look, we're going to get into a conversation about the UPSA Law School honorific lecture, and Gertrude is here with us. But before we do that, if the unexpected were to happen today, would you feel prepared? Would you be able to stay afloat while you find your next opportunity? This 2026, APSA wants you to feel more confident about the future. That's why the APSA Ultimate Account was created, to be the cushion you can count on. With the APSA Ultimate Account, you get 3 times your monthly salary, up to 20,000 in the event of retrenchment, to help you stay afloat. Move with confidence this 2026. Open an APSA Ultimate Account today. Your story matters. APSA. Now, the big Easter sales is still happening at Compu Ghana, and it's bigger and better. So from now till the 12th of April, shop any product from world top brands like Samsung, LG, TCL, HP, Lenovo, Tecno, Infinix, Itel, Huawei, and enjoy up to 40% off. This Easter, Compu Ghana is giving you more than big discount. Shop any product worth 1,000 and above and instantly enter the Easter reward raffle draw to win amazing prizes like a 98-inch smart TV, laptop, mobile phones, and other prizes. Enjoy massive savings on TVs, smartphones, laptops, and home appliances across all Compu Ghana branches nationwide. Visit any Compu Ghana showroom today or shop online, CompuGhana.com. Experience the Easter season the Compu Ghana way. Call 0302 75 2020 or WhatsApp 0243 143 for inquiries. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. But Accra, it's time to shop smart and enjoy more, because Junction Heydays is here. For the entire month, the Junction Mall is bringing you exciting sidewalk sales and exclusive discounts from your favorite stores, all in one convenient location. So whether you're shopping for fashion, electronics, home essentials, groceries, or beauty products, Junction Heydays gives you more value every time you visit. And while you're there, make it a full lifestyle experience. Enjoy great dining options, relax with friends and family, and soak in the vibrant atmosphere that makes the Junction Mall a top shopping destination in Accra. With easy access, ample parking, and great security, your shopping experience is always comfortable and convenient. So don't miss Junction Heydays, the month-long discount sidewalk sales happening now at the Junction Mall, Nungwa Barrier. The Junction Mall, join, explore, shop, enjoy. Great, so let's get into it now. Gertrude, good morning, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Winston. Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, so let's get into, the Lifetime Achievement in Law Award and honorific lecture, happening on Wednesday. That's the 15th of April.
Right.
So tell us more about the Lifetime Achievement in Law Award and the honorific lecture as organized by the UPSA Law School.
Okay, so good morning again. I bring all your listeners greetings from the University of Professional Studies Accra, and specifically the UPSA Law School. So the Lifetime Achievement in Law Award and honorific lecture is a platform that was created by the UPSA Law School as far back as 2023 to recognize, honor, and celebrate distinguished personalities who have contributed to the development of the law and the rule of law generally in Ghana. Now, we observe that when you look at the development of our legal system, there have been very notable personalities who have done a lot to the development of the rule of law. So if you look at 2023, for example, the first recipient of this Lifetime Achievement in Law Award was Professor Justice Samuel Dateba, renowned legal academic and former Justice of the Supreme Court. In 2024, the award was received by Nana Dr. SKB Asante. We all know Nana as the chairman of the Committee of Experts that drafted the 1992 Constitution, legal academic, statesman, international public servant. So looking at these two persons who were awarded in the past and the current recipient of the 2026 award, you see that this is a platform that is a very important one in seeking to celebrate and to honor these notable personalities who have contributed immensely towards the development of the law in Ghana.
So let's look at the 2026 recipient. The choice, that's Chachu Chikata. Why Chachu Chikata?
Yes, that's the question. Why lawyer Chachu Chikata or why Mr. Chachu Chikata? For many decades, lawyer Chachuti Kata has been a household name in Ghana's legal landscape. So he's known by all of us as a distinguished lawyer, as a public servant, and also as a legal academic. As a lecturer at the University of Ghana, then Faculty of Law, he taught and mentored many notable personalities in the law, including former and present Supreme Court justices. As a legal practitioner, we have seen him serve as legal counsel in very notable cases that we have seen in this country, in the courts in this country. So he's a distinguished lawyer who has been of exceptional service to the legal profession in Ghana. And even as a public servant, we know he was the first CEO of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, where he played a very significant role in laying, as it were, the grounds for Ghana's commercial exploitation of law. So looking at the profile of this personality, we can see that he is clearly befitting of this award in recognition of his exceptional service to the legal profession, his commitment to constitutional development, and also to public interest advocacy through the many landmark cases that we have seen him serve as legal counsel in this country.
Talking about legal counsel and the landmark cases, let's bring it down. So when it comes to the Ghanaian legal system, what are his contributions to Ghana's legal system that makes him deserving of this award?
One thing that, and for many young lawyers like myself, if we've seen him on television, we've seen him serve as legal counsel, we've read about him from the law reports and what have you. But if you have not had the opportunity to sit down, like I'm sitting down with you now with lawyer Chachuti Kata, you are not able to appreciate the extent of his love or his commitment to justice and the value system that he has. And I believe, or in fact, for us at the UPSA Law School, we believe that that is one thing that sets him apart from all other persons. Mr. Chikata is a man of integrity. If you look at the nature of work that he has done and the values that he holds on to. Secondly, he's clearly someone that believes in justice. And again, looking at the nature of cases and his approach to the work that he does as a legal practitioner, you can see that this is someone who, once he has a belief that this is what is just, he will do everything possible to ensure that that is actually established. So you see that Mr. Chikata is exceptional, particularly in the context of the values that he brings as a legal practitioner, as a legal academic, or even as a public servant. In terms of his contributions, many served as, like I mentioned earlier, first CEO of the GNPC, in laying the grounds for the commercial exploitation of oil, exceptional legal counsel who has been a mentor and a teacher to so many upcoming lawyers and lawyers or other legal professionals. So yes, clearly Mr. Chikata is someone who is truly deserving of this Lifetime Achievement in Law award that is being given by the UPSA Law School.
So how does one participate in this event?
So the event is actually happening on Wednesday, the 15th of April 2026, which is next week Wednesday. It's an open event, so you can walk into the Kofi Ohene Kunedu Auditorium at UPSA and you get opportunity to participate. And the time is 3 p.m. But it would be live on Joy News as well. So for friends who are not able to walk into the UPSA campus, you can also sit back in the comfort of your homes and watch the live coverage on Joy News.
Great. And for those who will be at the event, what should they look forward to?
I think that the Wednesdays or the 2026 Lifetime Achievement in Law Award and honorific lecture will be a night of celebration, first of all. It is important that as a country, we come together to celebrate and honor those who in different or in various capacities have made significant contributions to the nation. So first off, it's going to be a night of celebration. It will also be a night of reflection, because the second part of this event is the honorific lecture. So at these events, there's always a lecture that is delivered by a notable personality who has been selected, and that lecture seeks to reflect on the life and works of the honoree. The 2023 edition, that lecture was delivered by Mr. Isa Nkrumah of Bentelento Lecture in Nkrumah, and 2024, the then Chief Justice was the one who delivered the lecture at Nana Dr. SKB's event. But this year, Mrs. Betty Mould Idrisu. Yes, former Attorney General, first female Attorney General of Ghana, and present Council of State member, would be the one delivering the honorific lecture at this event. So it will be a night of celebration. It will be a night of reflection, as we'll get to hear much more about the life and works of Lawyer Chachuchi Kata. And finally, it would also be a night of mentoring, of teaching, because we'll get to learn through these through the lecture that would be given and other remarks that will be shared at that event.
Great. Thank you very much, Gertrude Amoah, who's a lecturer at the UPSA Law School, for joining us this morning. I think I'll be there.
Yes, you should be there Wednesday.
I'll be on campus on the day.
Okay.
So once I finish.
Yes.
I'll
Can I just say one more thing, please, just by way of final word? So we just want to say a big thank you to Lawyer Chachuchi Kata and his family for giving us this honor to, be the person to receive this year's Lifetime Achievement in Law Award. And also, we want to say a very big thank you to the multimedia group, to Joy FM. Mr. Kenansa, CEO, thank you so much for all the support, and of course, the team here on the Super Morning Show. So we look forward to seeing everyone on Wednesday at the Kofi Ohene Kunedu Auditorium on UPSA campus at the 2026 Lifetime Achievement in Law Award. Thank you.
Great. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Want more of the world's best entertainment? Well, DSTV's got you. We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars, we got drama, we got fun, we got more for everyone.
We got you.
So come on, get connected. There's an upgrade on us just for you.
It's my specialty.
More channels, more shows, more joy for you and the fam every day. DSTV, we got you all the way.
It's
You know,
Yeah, that's a great one by Daddy Lumba. But if you need fuel, make that smart stop at Star Oil, Ghana's largest oil marketing company. Because with over 240 stations nationwide, Star Oil gives you high quality fuel, great service, and real value for money. And that's why many Ghanaians are moving to Star Oil. And with a Star card, you can enjoy safe, cashless fueling and easy expense tracking. So wherever you go, choose Star Oil for your quality and affordable fuel. But talking about fuel, the National Petroleum Authority is cautioning the public to desist from scooping or fetching fuel from overturned fuel tankers at accident scenes. Again, do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos and pictures. Inhaling the petroleum product is detrimental to your health. And worst of all, petroleum products are volatile and highly flammable, and a small spark can trigger a catastrophic explosion, causing death and loss of properties. Please don't let a moment of desperation lead to a lifetime of regret. If you see an overturned tanker, stay back and stay safe. Call trained professionals such as the Ghana National Fire Service or the Ghana Police personnel to handle the scene, or reach the National Petroleum Authority on 0302-550-380. Your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel. The Save a Life campaign is from the National Petroleum Authority. However, I wanted you to note that, look, the China-Europe International Business School, CEIBS, is offering you world-class executive education for ambitious leaders and entrepreneurs. Its Global Executive MBA in Shanghai, taught across 12 countries, with unmatched global exposure, ranks number 2 globally by Financial Times and has remained in the top 2 for 8 consecutive years. The full-time MBA, also in Shanghai, shapes future-ready professionals and is ranked number 1 in Asia for 10 consecutive years and number 8 globally. In Ghana, the Advanced Management Program equips senior executives with strategic leadership capabilities, while Owner-Director Program empowers family business leaders as directors to scale sustainably. The Women Entrepreneurship and Leadership for Africa Wella program run across Ghana and Nigeria supports female leaders and aspiring entrepreneurs to build strong structures and systems for business growth and scale. Join CEIBS to gain global insight, practical skills, and a powerful alumni network to accelerate your impact. For registration and inquiries, contact them on 0544 315 238 or visit ceibs.edu/Africa. But you know, Easter is here, and Electroland says, come and shop. Make this Easter special with unbeatable offers, massive discounts, and exciting gifts. Upgrade your home entertainment, feel the sound with Samsung TCL Media Home Theaters, and enjoy your favorite Easter movies on stunning LED smart TVs. Stay cool all day with powerful air conditioners, and yes, your bedside fridge for perfectly chilled drinks. We've got you covered. Cooking for the family, do it in style with 4 to 6 burner gas cookers, complete with grill and oven. And after the feast, let Electroland handle the laundry with top and front load washing machine that make life easy. So don't wait. Visit an Electroland showroom today or shop online at electrolandgh.com. Call 0503-159739. Electroland Ghana, home of luxury and affordable electronics. But look, you can queue for your favorite Kwakye. Yes, that's something we can accept. You know, sometimes when you get to the Kwakye joint, Charlie, some small queue like that, yeah, we're okay with it. For the trotro, Charlie, how for do rush hour. But one thing you don't have to queue for is queuing to swap your MTN SIM. Okay? Do it yourself in minutes. Visit my MTN app or dial *133# to get this done quickly. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who be the last person. Do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go. But no matter what you do this morning, visit kingdomstoreonline.com for your quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices. Good news is that Kingdom will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema, and they accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions have applied at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks.